The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast Pre-300 show being recorded on March the 22nd, 2020. I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez. Jesus walks out today. I'm joined by my friend from Disaster Central declared martial law zone, California, Gunny Chief, Henley Merrill. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome.
Hey, oh, man, it's a good time to be home. It really is. I've been playing a lot of games. They told me to stay indoors, and here I am.
Okay.
I've been training my whole life for this.
Okay. And somewhere from a state that doesn't care about the virus, Little Ohio, the Mayo.
Hey, what's up? I don't know if we don't care about the virus here in Ohio or not, because it's kind of like all over our news.
Oh, I thought you guys didn't care over there. I thought you guys were like, oh, it's no big deal. That's a West Coast thing. That's the West Coasters problem.
Yeah, we're like, keep making corn. That's all we care about.
That's right. We're going to send all that corn that's infected to you guys over in the West Coast.
We need it. We're going to need food and medicine.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are at home right now because of the COVID-19 virus, you can always make sure to follow us on Twitter at @Horrible Gamers. We post when our shows go up on the feed there, as well as join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. And it's a closed group, so that means anything you post in the group is not visible to people that are not part of the group. And ladies and gentlemen, you can like our page, leave a review on the page, and all that good stuff. And you can join our Discord. Discord, ladies and gentlemen, is a great way to get a hold of us and other people that like to play video games that talk to us. There's like 100-something people in there now.
In our Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's growing.
Anyways,
Thanks
Gunny,
for joining.
you can also support the show with the monies, like our friends over at Patreon, at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers. Our friend gets a big thank you. Adam Sunday, Alan Maybe H, Bill Garner II, Brandon Willier, Brian Capessa, Chad, Commandalorian, David Snyder, Evan Tanaka, Henley, Jesse Kraft, John Jerome, Jonathan D. Hall, M. Polo, Mechmod, Nipron, Pork Chapu, Robbie Wheat, The Mayo, Subbader, and Vader Holly. Thanks to all of you for being Patreon machines. I fucking love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to Stitcher. Sign up for a premium account, Gunny. Sign up right now to get access to ad-free listening, as well as exclusive access to exclusive shows like Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murderer, a lot of the Wondering Network, and other so many shows on that premium list. Head over to Stitcher.com/premium. Sign up using promo code Horrible Gamers, Gunny, and Mayo. Right now, when you're at home during the coronavirus, what's a better way to pass time than to listen to podcasts? Go ahead, sign up for a free month. Free month, Gunny, using promo code Horrible Gamers. Get a free month.
Get the daily. Get that daily podcast.
Yeah, get the daily podcast. There you go.
It's better than watching TV, right? You don't get all those crazy ads.
No ads. Yeah, it's ad-free and all that. You know, it's all good. And lastly, you can wrap yourself up in a warm blanket that has the HGP logo on it by heading on over to Redbubble, searching for Horrible Gamers, clicking on the guy wearing our shirt, clicking on the thing that says 70 more items to show. You get yourself a blanket, a nice mug, a rug.
A block.
Doug. I don't know. Anyways, go over there and buy some stuff at Redbubble. Get yourself some stuff. Keep yourself safe during this outbreak. And a quick shout out to Fowler and Twistics for the intro song to the podcast called Breakout. And shout out to our friend MechMod for his outro song this week, Collecting Data.
Good stuff.
Mech just put up another new song up in the Discords.
Oh, did
Yes,
he?
you did.
Another one?
Yeah, I was listening to that today. What was it called? It was called The Spread.
Oh, The Spread.
So
Oh, I wonder what that's
you go ahead and
about.
click on that in the link and listen to that on SoundCloud.
Oh, yeah.
But
Anyways.
he did see that's not Corona related. He just called it that.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Good song either way.
Anyway, let's talk about what we've been playing this week, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't been playing much. Honestly, I've been really busy with life. I started a new job this week, guys. Woo! Jesus got a new job. Woo!
You.
Big money, Jesus.
You know what? When everyone's losing their job, I'm grateful that I was able to get a new one. You know what I mean? Like I understand how lucky I am because people are losing their jobs left and right now. Like, it's fucking crazy out there. So I'm grateful that I was actually able to get one. And I got myself a job. I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but it's fucking busy as shit at this job. It's a dairy, so like they're making milk, and I have to work every day. Every day, Gunny.
Damn, every day, huh?
10 hours a day.
Jeez. So you basically went from your old job like immediately into the new one.
Pretty much, I was supposed to start Monday. So initially, I was supposed to have, in my head, this weekend off, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I used to have 3-day weekends on my old job. And I was supposed to start tomorrow on Monday, the 23rd. Then they called me like Wednesday morning or something. They're like, hey, is there any way you can start Friday? And by the way, that 2 or 3 day orientation, we're going to do it in one day. And you're going to start working Saturday.
Gave you a crash course. Yeah.
So, like, I have all these guys out there, that, like, they all went through, like, the orientation normally. They're like, oh, yeah, did they show you this at orientation? I'm like, dude, all we did in orientation was, like, go through the safety things as quickly as possible. And that's pretty much all they showed me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get out there and get working, boy.
Get out there and work.
So it's funny enough that I actually started with a new company doing the same exact thing that I did last Monday. And the way they did ours was they're doing it in groups of 20 because there's 80 of us. Mm-hmm. And so they split us up, the group of 20. So it was like 10 in one room and then 10 in another.
Oh, wow.
But they were decent size rooms that, where we watched our safety videos and did signed papers and crap like that.
Yeah.
But they did left some things out just due to the current situation.
Oh, yeah, like right now there's like no limit on overtime. They said like they took off all the fucking limits.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, pretty much I'm in Mayo's world now. But yeah, it's interesting too that I was lucky enough to get a new job. I'm grateful for it. So as busy as I am, I'm fortunate, you know what I mean? Anyways. So I've been really busy with that this weekend as well.
Yeah, because we've been like for the last couple of days, Jesus, where are you?
Well, the thing is, there's no cell phones are allowed on this place. Like, you got to put your fucking phone on your locker.
Oh, because I was like, he hasn't responded in like 20 hours.
Literally, like they told me, like they have cameras everywhere in this fucking place, and they're like, yeah, no phones are allowed on the floor at all. Like if we catch you with your phone out there, you're done, motherfucker. So I make sure like I put my phone away in my locker as soon as I get there and get dressed, and so I don't look at my phone for 10 hours in the day. I just leave it in there.
So can you? I assume you could break it out for lunch or breaks?
Yeah, for lunch I can, but I always just leave it in there because it's like a waste of time to go get my phone. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, just what am I gonna look at? Coronavirus news.
Yeah, right. It'll just depress you. As you
everything on Facebook.
Again. Like nothing to look forward to. The world's ending. Why am I here?
Why am I working right now?
Somebody remind me. That's it.
Oh, man. But anyways, besides all that crazy stuff, I've been playing Call of Duty this week, guys. Pretty much that's all I did. Call of Duty Warzone.
How you liking the Warzone? I actually have not touched it yet.
I like it a lot. It's actually it's my favorite battle royale at this point. Yeah, I've actually gotten pretty good at it. I've got 4 wins already with like, I think 2 of them were with Brink. But yeah, we got 4 wins, and 2 of them were with randoms, I think. But it's been a lot of fun, dude. Like, so yeah, it's just been a crazy time playing Warzone. I just had a lot of fun with it. I tried to jump into solos when solos was first announced, which was Tuesday or Wednesday. But the servers took a shit. There was so many people online that they couldn't handle it. Like Blizzard was just down. It was like Blizzard queue. Like even to like launch the Blizzard launcher and log into the Blizzard launcher, there was a queue for that, and then there was a queue for the game itself. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's going to be a problem where you see these servers getting overloaded now with people having to stay at home? You know, we say we can sit there and play games and enjoy our time at home. You know, we're like, you see the memes out there saying how us gamers are made for this, you know, like sitting at home and not going to work and stuff. But, you know, I did see articles where Xbox Live was down twice, like in a day, I think. And then, you know, this was down and I've seen there's some news later on we'll cover too about Steam, you know, and their users and stuff like that too. So I just wonder, hopefully, that, you know, they keep this stuff up and running strong, because then that really would go out of my mind.
Yeah, that's a real crazy thing. I don't know what their plans are for like all that to mitigate all that. You know what I mean? Because you know, the more people that stay home, the more people that need the internet. But then you're making the internet workers stay home, like the people that fix the internet. I wonder if those people are staying home or if they're deemed essential and they get to go to work and keep everything running. I don't know how that works.
So this is what I understand it, and I don't claim to know everything on what's essential and what's not essential, but anything that's like not dealing with the public. So probably like if they're in those, you know, in the Xbox Live command center, there probably are working on a partial staff, because there would normally probably be, I don't know, 8 people in that room. I'm just assuming, right? And it's probably 4. So they probably halved it.
Because, you know, like
in the command center.
Because, like, nothing is stopping right now. Like people are saying, like, oh, yeah, like, stay home. But, like, Amazon workers, they're all deemed essential. All the FedEx people are deemed essential. UPS people, too. Like, all delivery drivers and even the postal service, all that shit's going still, you know?
I'm still working. I deliver all the alcohol, and I deliver some water. So,
you know, all the grocery store people, all those people are still working. So
like our business is up like 400% or something like that. I read.
I wonder what's deemed essential when it comes to like technology, like you know what I mean? I wonder like if even like the people working at like big companies, like fucking Apple and shit, are they deemed essential? Like who's deemed essential there? Are the engineers deemed essential?
Let's talk about this right now real quick. And that was and again, I'm just playing devil's advocate here with the fact that it was the GameStop article, and I've been following it a little bit, but basically refuses to comply with mandates to close down the stores. I don't know. And then I don't know what their official statement was, but as far as like, hey, it's an entertainment company, I don't know what their reasoning for staying open, especially with these stores being the size that they are.
Yeah, they're very small. You know, like they're not like their fucking big stores at all.
Yeah, even their biggest stores probably you can't. That would be my thing. Even probably GameStop's biggest store, you probably can't stay 6 feet away from people. That would be my thing. And of course, we could always argue that to say, yeah, guys, we could just download it digitally. So it's not essential that it's not even, do I have to go into that store to get, you know, physical discs or whatever? I guess for people that don't have internet. But I don't know. It's a form of entertainment. I don't think it should be essential.
I don't think so either. Like, you know what I mean? As much as like, I get it. It's a form of entertainment when like people are staying at home during all this. But like literally, I would say about 70% of the stuff in GameStop, which is the games, I would say 70% of the games are available via download. You know what I mean? So we don't have to.
Probably closer to 90.
Store. Yeah.
One thing too, if you're worried about the spread of germs and stuff, like how many games do people go in there and pick up and put back down?
Exactly.
And you go back in and you're gonna handle those same games.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna pay an employee to follow people around with the wipe and wipe everything down as they're touching it. You know what I mean?
So, guys, I'm just going to read the last 2 paragraphs here. And it says here, this is in a statement. It says, in the time since these reports broke, GameStop has sent out a tweet outlining how the retailer is working to create the safest environment possible. This includes only letting 10 people into the store, which a lot of people are, even like some convenience stores I've been into. Suspending its trade-in program for 10 days and canceling all events and launch activities. GameStop's handling of the entire coronavirus situation has raised eyebrows. It has been unable to provide stores with adequate cleaning supplies, told employees that they have to use accrued sick leave to self-isolate, and that absence without a doctor's note counts as unexcused. GameStop is so determined to prevent sales from slipping any further that it's burning through the last remaining drops of goodwill it had. Ironically, that might put it out of business even quicker. But it's already a dying thing, right? So it's, and like you said, it's, if we really want to get a handle on this, you know, like this virus and this pandemic, then yeah, close your goddamn doors. You know, if you can't reopen, then it's not something that the pandemic did.
So in light of all this, so we're talking about this news that came out about GameStop not closing. This was literally like 4 days ago, Gunny, right? This article was written like on the 19th, yes. Just 3 days ago, something like that.
Right.
As of today, GameStop is closing all their stores. And they said that they will pay some employees up to 80 hours of PTO. But if you do not qualify for the 80 hours of PTO, which I'm assuming is for managers or something, they're saying that they will pay you 2 weeks of your like regular pay. Whatever you regularly make in 2 weeks, they will pay you for 2 weeks. So if you're a part-time employee that works 30 hours or 25 hours, they'll pay you 25 hours for 2 weeks.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they were just trying to work out details on how they were going to pay employees.
I don't
but
I don't believe that. I believe that this is coming out of like them trying to like at this point they're probably like, fuck, we can't let this blow up in our face anymore. We need to close the stores and we need to just fucking tell people that we're going to close the stores because we can't look as bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I listened to a conference call that was recorded by a YouTuber who was somehow he got into one of their conference calls with like their executive, the executive of fucking GameStop, one of their executives.
I know that YouTuber. He would pop up on my feed.
And these fucking people, like they were like, you know, like they were on the calls with like their stores, and some people, some of the managers were like, hey, like, what the fuck do I tell my employees if they're telling me they're worried about this virus shit and we're not sending them home? And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. You're supposed to tell them, you're the manager. You're supposed to keep them calm. And then they're like, okay, what the fuck are we going to do if one of our employees gets sick because of this? And they're like, well, we'll deal with that when it happens. Like pretty much,
they're definitely not
pretty much they weren't like, it seems like they weren't like really giving a fuck at that point, you know? And it seems like ever since that leaked and since all these articles started coming out about GameStop not closing, I think that's this response of closing everything down. And they said they're going to switch over to, it says here curbside pickup. So I don't even know what the fuck that means. Or delivery only. So you can only
to home.
Get items delivered to your house. So I'm guessing their warehouse employees are safe with without losing their job. But
yeah, I think the curbside could be for new releases. Like you've already paid for it. You just need to, they can walk over for participating stores.
Yeah.
Curbside pickup.
But they say, that all their stores are gonna close. So, I mean, this is a crazy time, ladies and gentlemen. Like we all know it. You know it. Listening that the country, the world, is not the same, and I don't think it ever will be after this. We're literally living through history, guys.
Yeah, it is. When I look back, I was looking at the last flu pandemic, which was the H1N1. Mm-hmm. And I vaguely remember that one because I remember somebody in in the same area where I delivered it, and 2 people had died from it. And I remember just being next to so many people at the time. And he was like, one of the managers was really sick. And he was like, yeah, it sucks. You know, he goes, I thought I had it. I might have had it actually. But no, it was like just one of those things where it wasn't like something that people went to get tested for.
No, it's not like this one. Like I remember H1N1, Gunny, because literally, you want to know something? During H1N1, I was a senior in high school.
Oh, you young pup.
So the reason I remember this is because they canceled our prom, and our prom literally, like one of our exchange students was kicked out of the prom, like she was gonna be prom queen or some shit, and they kicked her out. Fuck you, you're not showing up to prom. And you know, this is like an exchange student. This is like a big deal for exchange students. You know what I mean? They come from another country to visit our country, learn our culture, and then they're being kicked out of like the biggest fucking dance of the year.
And where did bird flu originate from? I don't even remember. But
I don't even know where the H1N1 came from. But I remember like that was a big deal because I remember being in high school, and I remember like everyone talking about it. But I actually remember I got it because in my school it started spreading, and I had got it, and I remember going to the doctor feeling like absolute dog shit, and the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you got that shit." She's like, "Here's some Tamiflu, and take a lot of fluids, and pretty much just rest. Good luck."
Yeah,
I was like,
but I think it was just so much of a different time where we never said like self-isolate. We never said
no one ever said that.
People.
No, like I remember in school we were still going to school every fucking day. The school, like I remember the first few cases popped up in the school. The school was like, "Oh no, like we sent those student homes, but like keep going to school. No disinfecting anything. Just keep going. No closing the school down. Nothing. You know, just."
I feel like the country maybe even took a turn 6-7 years ago, and I don't know if that's even true. It could have been longer or even a shorter time where, hey, like even going to my local hospital where it was like, wear a mask if you're just going to cough and hack everywhere, even for pediatrics or something, where I'm like, whoa, this is kind of new, you know, like they want us to be cautious and not cough on everybody and sneeze on everything. And
this is, I don't know, man. Like I know we're talking a lot about this, but what the fuck else is there to talk about, really? You know what I mean?
We do have some other news. We probably
we got video games we should talk about, but at the same time, this is like what's on everybody's mind. That's what's on my mind. It really is, you know? Like I see this every day. I go to work, there's no cars on the fucking freeway.
Yeah,
like I'm home from work, and like there's no fucking traffic on the way home, you know? Like it's awkward. It really is. It's like...
Yeah, and I even went to the grocery store tonight, and went to pick up some juice and some stuff, and I was kind of craving some V8 juice for myself. And I went into the grocery store, and and it's just weird seeing people like with masks, and some people have like rubber gloves on, and you walk in, and the meat section is completely empty. Like all their coolers were empty, and then you're going over to the section, and people are awkward around each other. Like I was walking down the aisles and people like try to keep their distance from you, so it's just kind of weird. Like it just really was a weird feeling walking in and having everybody kind of like keeping a distance from each other.
You want somebody to really keep a distance from you, just kind of cough a little bit. Just go
right. No doubt.
Just like kind of like real quick, kind of cough, and you will have nobody in your fucking aisle. It's fucking like, we're out of here,
like,
motherfucker.
I've had this cough since I got back from this cruise. I don't know what to do with it.
I mean, it is wild. You know what I mean? And like even in Oregon, like we're shutting beaches down. Like people can't go to the beach, even though it's nice weather and like it's been beautiful outside. Like people are not allowed to go like and gather in like these places. You know what I mean?
So far, like we were just talking off air, but I'm going to let the listeners hear this. But we were at the beach today, and it's more cliff than anything. You don't actually get to see the beach here in California. The section I was in, and it was like 2 highway patrol cars. The trucks were just back and forth, just making sure that people even at the beach, which there's plenty of room. It's a very large area. There are some trails. You can walk up on the cliff sides and stuff, but it was like I'd never seen them actually drive out there so much, but just making sure that people were not, just keeping their 6-foot distance at least. And that was like, it felt militarized a little bit, No,
well, California.
I feel like I'm being watched.
After tonight, California will be militarized. I think you guys are getting it. I think in LA there will be a Navy ship docking here pretty soon. The Mercy ship from the Navy, it's going to add 1,000 beds or something like that. And also your National Guard was just deployed like 30 minutes ago, and they're going to be all over LA fucking quarantining shit.
Yeah, they're...
So, good luck to our listeners out in California. And Gunny, you know, you're out there. So is IAMS, and you guys are kind of fucked.
I saw him this morning in my town. We've got every town has a National Guard, but I did see him this morning.
Yeah. So you'll be seeing tanks and shit rolling down your street and Humvees and shit driving around everywhere, building hospitals. Here in Oregon, shit seems to be kind of the same, but we're not nearly as bad as California or Washington. Like Oregon's been hit with the virus. Don't get me wrong. There's like cases every day, doubling or whatever. But like California and Washington are way higher than Oregon. You guys have like thousands of cases. And Oregon only has like 100 and something maybe at most. Maybe 100 at most. So it's kind of crazy to see how like California and Washington are really just fucking messed up right now.
Definitely has the population
and also
density.
You know, we're thinking about the listeners out there in New York City and New York. You know, like that's really bad out there, dude. I was listening to the
they're
governor.
even canceling. So I know they're canceling flights
to
Pennsylvania and New York.
Yeah, they're even Hawaii. Hawaii just today they announced that they're going to cancel all tourist flights. Like if you show up and you fly into like Hawaii, no matter what flight you're on, if you're in if you're just going to like go for vacation or you live there or whatever the fuck, you got to be quarantined for 14 days. So pretty much if you go on vacation for a week, you're stuck in quarantine. Good luck, motherfucker. It's fucking crazy. Like it's fucking nuts, man. I don't know what to think of it, Gunny. I
don't know. It's definitely like, you know, we got enough food sort of thing, but it's not like we have this like overabundance of food, water, and toilet paper or anything like that. But I know if we want to get ahead of this, then, well, this is the way I think about it. Like we've been talking about initially last week, it was, so just speaking for like California, maybe even my wife's job and thousands and thousands of others where we said, okay, 3 weeks, April 7th, right? It's not like an official deadline, April 7th, but I feel like also at the same time, I feel like everything's kind of shutting down slowly, right? So it wasn't like just my county area. It was the one west of me. It was the one south of me last week, the one north of me another week later. So it's not like everything is shutting down all at once. So I feel like it's definitely going to go longer than the 3 weeks. But I think it's more of a wait and see thing for everybody.
Well, pretty much the whole world is waiting and seeing right now what's going to happen next. I mean, we're just literally everything's just a wait and see at this point, man. GameStop is closed now, Gunny. GameStop is closed. Where are people going to go buy their video games now, Gunny? Where?
I know.
Where?
So that's the other thing, and I don't want any listeners to get upset with me, but please, if you have these physical discs that you play, that you love, please continue to play those. And, you know, maybe, you know, if you can get them from Amazon, even, that's another good place.
Yeah, they're still going.
I would say you can still order from GameStop.
You can still order from GameStop. Yeah, get them delivered to your house.
Target's open. Target is open normal hours. You can buy all your discs there. I mean, unfortunately, you have to pay full price, but
yeah.
Walmart's open. There you go. It's another food. A lot of these places have food, so you do have those video games and accessories you can purchase.
Old ass video games. Who the fuck goes to Walmart to buy new video games?
I go to Target. Well, I don't buy physical discs, but I go look at them. I'm like, oh yeah, I can get that for $20, not $60. Yeah.
What have you been playing this week, Gunny, besides coronavirus?
Oh, I've been playing a lot because work has been very slow since I deliver to bars and restaurants. And I've done some grocery stores. That's what's keeping me afloat. Anyway, so yeah, let me start off with Ori and the Blind Forest. I probably got about maybe 2.5 hours into this, and so far I haven't found it like very difficult, and it's that was one thing I was concerned about, me not being the platformer. But so far, it feels good. I finally have like 3, I guess you can say, well, whatever you want to call them, 3 weapons, right? So you've got, X is like my main sword, and Y is like more of a larger attack. It looks more like a hammer. And B is going to be, that's where I put my arrows, my bow and arrow. So I just got that today. And that now it feels really good where I say, okay, especially when I have enemies flying or that I can't reach, with even a double jump, or even if there's something where I need mana, like, okay, there's a flower that has these, that can add mana. I can just shoot it with an arrow. I don't have to let it slowly regenerate or get it from just normally killing enemies. So I feel like it's growing on me. That's for sure.
Hopefully it grows on me, because the little bit I played of it, I don't know. It just hasn't really made me want to keep playing. I've been playing through it, hoping it grabs me, but so far it hasn't really grabbed me yet. But I'm not as far as you have been. I think the last ability I got is where I can take energy and turn it into health. And I went, I'm trying to remember what. I think I just opened up, that quest that tells you toward the beginning, after you fight the wolf thing, you talk to those little, I think they're lemurs.
Yeah.
They tell you to go meet this guy, and it shows it on the map, and you have to pull up the map. I'm still in the process of going up and finding that person. So I'm not very far into the game at all. But so far, I kind of have to talk myself into playing it. So I'm not sure if it's just me or if the game's just not grabbing me right. But the last Ori, I had no issues. I jumped in that game, and I just, dove right into it, and I just really played through it. With this one, I'm just kind of like, oh, I should probably check it out. I should probably play a little more. So, but maybe these different weapons and stuff that'll actually get me a little more interested in, open it up a little more.
Yeah, because I think you'll find that, and that's another beautiful thing where I think if you press, what is it literally like, is it just left trigger or LB? And then you can just map any of those 3 abilities on the fly. Like, I just want to switch them all around. I now want my main to be B, and I want bow and arrows to be on my Y button. So that's another cool thing where just letting you do those customization things.
Yeah, it is a nice quality of life that they added to that.
I think you will get into this, because I found today where it was almost like a Dead Cells moment where I had 3 enemies, 3 small little guys, and as soon as I pressed Y, and that was just for that larger attack, and it was like he was coming right at me. It was just like whack, like knocked him away, pressed X, sliced this other enemy 3 times, and then shot my bow and arrow to the right. And yeah, it was like boom, boom, boom. They were all 3 of them were dead. And it just felt really good.
Yeah, the combat was pretty satisfying. The way it sounds
very satisfying, I'd say.
Hopefully it will open up for me then.
So yeah, and if with the map, it's pretty straightforward. But as far as like, wait, did I already go to this area next, or do I need to traverse back to another location? Maybe there are some secret areas, but the other thing you're picking up is maybe some more. I would say you're picking up all kinds of things, ability points, things you can actually go to, like some of those people, like you say, you're going to meet for like a merchant. You can upgrade items. And what was the other one? Oh, you can upgrade your health, things like that. You'll find these pieces where it'll say, hey, you found 1. Now you need to find the other 2 orbs or whatever they're calling them to then upgrade your health. And I think it just automatically does it. So it's not like something I need to go into a menu and check. But yeah, who was it? Was it Pinpoint or somebody, or maybe it was you that was saying how beautiful this game looks like something Disney would have made? And
yeah, I think I was just Pinpoint last week on the show. I think he was saying that, how good it looks. And I agree. The game looks really, really good. And another thing that's kind of cool, it does have the cross play, and not like cross platform play, but it will let me sync from what I'm playing on my Xbox from what I'm playing on my PC. So it has that play anywhere. That's what they call it. So it's kind of nice. Like I went down and played it in the Xbox in the living room the one night. I played through it. And then I was able to come back up on the PC and play it on the PC, and it just kind of syncs with what I had done. And so that's kind of nice where I can have the same progress on both platforms, so I can kind of go back and forth wherever I'm available. I did notice now, I play on the old school, Xbox Ones, the old hobo 1 terabyte regular Xbox, not even an S. It's just the old
1080p.
Yeah, and this game, it still looks good, but every once in a while, the game will kind of freeze for a second, and then it'll kind of go. And then, like, sometimes that freeze will last, like, 5 seconds.
That's that old 7 teraflops there.
Completely freeze.
4,
and then
excuse me.
It'll be fine. So I don't know if it's just the Xbox or if it's having a hard time reading the hard drive and the game's freezing for a second.
2 teraflops.
Yeah, that's the old 2 teraflops. It can't think fast enough.
So yeah, but I mean,
I
the
remember
game
that when I had a Hobo Xbox.
It still works, and it still looks okay. Even though I'm playing on a 4K TV at 1080p, it still doesn't look bad.
Because it's a gorgeous game. That's one thing that makes it.
Even though on my PC, my monitor don't have HDR, it still looks pretty good on the PC, and I'm playing at 1440, and so it looks good.
Have you gotten the ability to stick on walls?
Yes, I do have that ability.
Okay, because I was just wondering if I was thinking about it today. Where can I unequip that ability, or is it just automatic?
Yeah, that's under your perks. There's like a perk thing you can pull up, and you can only have 3 of them equipped at a time. So you can turn that off. So you just have to unequip that one and replace it, or just leave it off. Yeah.
Oh, because some parts it's obviously essential to get to the next area wherever you need to go. But that's one thing that threw me off for a little bit. Maybe at least the first 10 minutes where I'm like, whoa, I'm sticking to walls now. Like it's constantly sticking to walls,
Yeah.
And that's something where, especially when you're in combat, you got to remember, if you're going to go up against that wall, you're not going to bounce off of it.
Right.
You're going to stick to it. So you better climb higher and, be prepared to press A to jump off. And yeah.
I think it was after the ability to stick to the walls, I got the double jump. Is I think the last thing I had gotten.
Yeah. I think I got double jump, then stick to walls, something like that. But yeah, it just slowly introduces you to some of these abilities that I think it'll be dice too later on, maybe in 6 months or whatever it might be. To say, you know what, just go ahead and play with everything. More like an adventure mode, I think would be pretty awesome for them to add to this. Along with DLC if it's something that people want to prolong their gameplay. Yeah, so highly recommend the old Ori the Blind Forest. And I was able to play some Doom the last couple days.
Another game I got to actually play this week.
Yeah, I went on Friday and I'm like, oh man, let me go. I'm off early and I'm gonna go at least get it downloaded and play a couple hours.
Were you off early on a Thursday?
Oh.
Oh.
Do we need to check his Steam history and see if he has any more extra hours?
Yeah, right. Check some weird shit, Gunny.
Off early Thursday. Yeah, only one game I've been playing on
Oculus
Steam.
VR now.
And it hasn't been that game.
I think he wants to link some other games in his Oculus VR with Steam and
I go
home
offline
some days.
when I play.
You go off. You show offline, Gunny.
Offline. You can check my history. It'll show how long I played.
I still think it tells you how long you played when you come back on, Gunny.
Gunny's your friend recommends this game that shows Gunny's profile.
He's like the only one with the game.
And then you click on it, and it's like, okay, we need to verify your age.
Oh, shit.
We recommend this game because Gunny enjoys it. He has 18 hours.
Look how many hours he has in it. Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I was looking this morning for, those games because, everybody's asleep. But anyway, moving on to Doom. Doom Eternal, guys.
This is not one of those games.
Yeah. You played it. Did you play it, Mayo?
Yes, I did. I actually picked it up today, so it's pretty fresh in my mind. I got to spend a little bit of time with it.
Awesome. So I'm probably, maybe 3 hours into it. And I started off with Hurt Me Plenty as far as difficulty goes. And it was going okay for a minute. And then I was like, I just have to knock this down. I'll try to get through a bunch of enemies. And man, they were just kicking my ass. I was like, fine, just knocked it down to baby mode. I think it was Don't Hurt Me, I'm a Baby mode.
Something like that, yeah.
Like the lowest of them all. That's, yeah. So finally, I think today, after I was telling Mayo earlier that once I got my first suit upgrade, which is kind of cool. It seems like everything you can upgrade, you can put mods on your weapons, which I love. And basically, I'll start off with that. The mods will basically, so if I have an enemy coming at me, especially one of those crazy eyeball things, you can, depending on what mod you have, you press, for me on the Xbox, it's press up on the D-pad, hold the left trigger, and it might shoot a rocket into their mouth or something, and it will stun them. So yeah, that's something, if you're quick enough, you can stun them and then just keep shooting at them, and they're not going to shoot at you for 2 seconds.
To the point where they give me like, it's like a frag grenades, and they tell you can throw them at those eyeball creatures. And if you catch them in the mouth, it kind of stuns them. And so maybe we are around the same point.
Yeah. So, I'm a little bit past that, I think, because I was able to do that. I got my rocket launcher. And what's cool is with the mods, I think I didn't put any mods on my rocket launcher because you only earn so many of them, or I think you even have to find them throughout the world. It's not part of the secrets, but you might have to seek them out. But yeah, it's stuff like that. The other one I have is like on my other guns that you have, for example, like the shotgun. That's the one I was talking about. You first get, you can shoot the frags at them. But if you press up on, like, let's say the D-pad, it will change out the mod, and that will be in turn like an automatic shotgun. So it's more like a rifle at that point, or like a light machine gun. And yeah, so you can do the other thing with the other weapons. One of them has like where it'll have like a blast. Like enemies have to be kind of close to you, and then you can just press left trigger. It'll knock them all back and stagger them. Sometimes even killing them. It's doing damage to them.
Nice.
And then you do have the other cool thing is like, so for your grenades, I think you have, I want to say I'm up to like 3 options now. So I've earned my ice bomb, which is basically it'll just freeze everybody for at least like a good 3 seconds, which is a lot of time when you're playing a game like this.
Oh yeah, when they're coming at you.
Yeah, and they're coming at you, man. You better, and that's the other thing too. Make sure you try to get them in a good grouping. But because if it is like one of the larger enemies, well, I'll just say this: like he's like normal sized enemy, but he runs around like a freaking gorilla and he'll come slam down and just do tons of damage to you. They only freeze for like a half a second. So it's like not even worth it for them. It's best to do it in a big group of enemies. You can freeze them. Bam, press Y and it'll bring out this like a flamethrower, and that'll shed some armor off of their.
Awesome. That sounds. I definitely not gotten that far yet, but
so much shit to this. It's crazy. And I'll even almost forget that okay, I've got my normal health, I've got armor, which I think just automatically upgrades. That's another thing too, where I was like, wait, how am I upgrading that? I think when you upgrade your health, it automatically upgrades your armor. So if you've ever played a Doom game before, you'll know what I'm talking about, where you pick up little armor shards.
I know. I just noticed it just fills up my armor gauge. Like if you find that suit of armor laying on the ground, it's going to fill up your meter. But as soon as your armor depletes, it's gone.
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see as you go further into the game. It'll be. I think it starts off with 50% of armor, and that's like your max. I think I'm up to 115 now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's a perk or if it's just once I upgrade health that automatically goes up. So. The other one could be like a plus. So your normal could be 100, then you might be at a plus 15. But then that's just timed. So yeah, but other than that, like the levels, the design of the levels is insane. Some of them are so smaller areas, but it is like that. You can traverse up different ledges and then hit the thing that gives you the boost to go even higher. And it even has like what is the name of what is Bethesda's online game that's mostly played on PC. They used to have them on Xbox and PlayStation, but not anymore.
What are you asking?
Or Bethesda, what is their game that it's not very popular anymore, but they do have them on Steam? As far as like what kind of reminds me of like a Doom game. Is it Quake?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Bethesda property? Yeah. So they have taken a little bit more of that. For example, where you'll see in a lot more of these maps where it'll have like a gateway. So it just kind of leads to the other side of the map, which is very helpful when you have multiple enemies just laying down fire on you.
Yeah, I found the guy so far for me. I found the guy that it's really annoying is there's like a 4-legged creature with a turret on its back.
Yeah, and you're supposed to shoot that.
Annoying. Yeah, and he's moving around.
Crazy.
And I'm like shooting it, and and other guys are attacking me. But that thing is like the most annoying of the ones I've come across so far.
Well, okay, so you'll notice too. What you're going to start seeing is, after you kill that 4-legged crab creature with the turret on its head. It's more like a rocket launcher, if you ask me. And you're supposed to, that's where the mods come in. That's where you take that rocket or frag grenade or whatever it might be, aim it at the crab's head and press right trigger. And it's supposed to hit it. But yeah, how do you stay still long enough? I've seen people do it on PC. Yeah, you got to be quick. You got to have skills, man. That's why I play on baby mode. Because I'm just running around, hitting my boost. Would you call that a boost where you just propel forward?
Yeah, it's like a dash, almost kind of like. Yeah,
it's more of a. You can dash or double dash. It's just once you gain that skill, that's it. It's just. I think you can get other perks to make the cooldown. To decrease your cooldown on that, so you can dash more often. I think so. You will need that for things like when it's doing its parkour. Type. I would guess you can call them puzzles. Where you're grabbing onto a ledge or a wall and climbing up, and you'll see. It's fun though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
it. Put it down a few times. I've set it down. Well, probably more like 10 times where I'm like, all right, I can't stand this fucking game anymore. It's driving me insane.
I haven't had that yet, but again, I just purchased it today, and so been playing through it. I can say so. I got it on the PC, and I actually went ahead and just right away put it on my ultra wide to see if it would have ultra wide support, and it does. So, and it looks really good on the ultra wide. I just locked it at 60 FPS because it's a newer game, probably, and I'm probably only going to get between 60 and 70 anyways. So I'm like, why play it on the 144 hertz screen when I can play it on the 60 hertz ultra wide? And it's so I put it on the ultra wide, and it's at 1440. Looks amazing. I'm glad the game actually has support for ultra wide. So right away, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And the music's great, and just enjoying that aspect of it, just kind of going there and just shooting through some of this stuff. I find myself so far, I never really played much of the last Doom, and I haven't played a whole lot of Dooms in general. But I find myself running out of ammo a lot, and then it's like use the chainsaw, so then you're using the chainsaw to get your ammo back, and so I feel like I have to be more strategic about that. Like kind of like how I'm divvying up my ammo or my shooting and stuff, because I find myself running out of ammo a lot, and then I'm having to chainsaw guys, and I do a lot of melee combat too in it. So as soon as they're flashing, I'm going for the melee shot. But there's a difference, you have that regular melee shot that just gives you health, and there's a chainsaw which gives you a whole bunch of stuff they drop. Yeah, I just by instinct, I'm always, I'll hit him with the melee and get the health, and I'm like, no, I needed the ammo, so I'm sitting there going low ammo, and I'm like, oh no, I got to use this, and then sometimes the chainsaw is out of fuel, so I have to sit there and try to find fuel to get the chainsaw going or something like that, and then so I find myself sometimes running around trying to find either ammo or fuel for my chainsaw to keep things going, So every once in a while, maybe it's just me not being used to the game yet, but sometimes it's kind of taking me out of the combat a couple of times where I'm like, instead of me being hyper aggressive where the game kind of wants you to be, I have to sit there and backtrack for a second and dodge and weave and trying to find myself some health or switch guns or something like that to be able to keep going. And I wish it would just kind of just let you just go full bore and just have a lot of ammo and just throw. I guess I think it'd be neat to see lots of waves with a lot of ammo and just going at it, and just kind of keep moving and just in that aspect, I think it would be fun. And maybe that's a mode that will come out later.
Or they looked at that and they tried that and they thought, okay, you know what? People are going to get bored with that too quick.
Maybe. And so there is a little bit of skill involved that I'm finding, like I said, because there's that balance of knowing when to use a chainsaw to replenish everything.
Yes.
Not to run out of fuel with your chainsaw, and also not to run out of ammo and try to keep moving, So I'm still a little bit of a learning curve for me, but it looks great, plays great. It plays super fast. The only other thing I thought was weird to me, and again, maybe because I don't really play much Doom, is, your cursor is just locked on screen, and I'm so used to having to hit right click on the mouse to like ADS, like aim down sights. And there's just no aim down sights. It's literally just cursor to where you're wanting to shoot, and you fire.
Right.
So it's just turn fire, and stuff like that. So that just a natural instinct for me. Every once in a while, I want to hit the right mouse button to ADS, and then kind of get that little bit of zoomed in effect and fire down the sights. But you don't have that, and then I'll get ingrained in my mind quickly with that, if I played a little more. But that's just something I keep feeling every once in a while. I kind of want to instinctively do is do that aim down sights. And I'm sure it's probably the same thing on the controller. You probably want to instinctively, left trigger.
One thing I'm doing is, again, for that ADS left trigger is your mod. So right. and I constantly keep doing it, especially with some enemies. I'm like, left trigger, right trigger. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't want to use the mod on it. Why am I doing this? It's like
that's
instinct.
What I'm doing too. Because on the PC, so the mod is your right trigger on your mouse. So I'm hitting my mod by accident every once in a while, and I'm like, no, I didn't want to do that. So figuring it out, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. So far, again, I think I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep it down on Baby Don't Hurt Me and just kind of go through it that way.
I might try to leave it on the other difficulty and grind through it and see what happens. So
wait a minute. Did you just say you're going to turn this into baby mode?
It's going to be on baby mode.
Wait.
On baby mode here.
Wait. Is this coming from the guy who said that he would not put Wolfenstein on baby mode because...
Yeah.
What?
I paid $60
What the fuck happened, Gunny?
Game. Well, you know what? I paid a lot of money for this game, and I'm not going to just uninstall it.
No, yeah. Oh, no, mister. What happened to your morals about your fucking no baby mode or whatever, motherfucker?
They went out the window. They went way out the window. I was like, goodbye.
God damn, Gunny.
Hey, can I talk about another game where I did stick to my morals?
I guess.
This is different.
Great. Here's another one of those games you get home early from work.
No, this one is on Game Pass, guys. This came out on Game Pass. This is that Surge 2.
Oh, some kind of... This is a Souls-like game here.
This is a Souls-like game. This game is garbage. No, it's... I don't play Souls games. I'm terrible at them. These games are supposed to be
notoriously hard, too, and you haven't gone to baby mode in this one yet?
So there is no mode. There is no...
It's just one difficulty, like you can't change it.
Yeah, one difficulty. They just start you out. Hey, escape from the prison. Guess what? You don't have any weapons. You just start off with these like two somewhat mechanical arms. You go around and you punch other prisoners. And I thought, okay, all right. They had little healing stations, and I thought, okay, I made sure I'll make it downstairs from this part where they start you out. And I punched the hell out of these guys, and I block a few attacks. Boom, boom. I go into this next room, and there's one guy, and he has a weapon, and he'll swing it 3 times, and he does just a ton of damage to you. And I'm like, okay, where's the dash button? Where does it have a dash? No, there's no dash button. You just he's got the weapon in his right hand, so you got to go to the right so he won't hit you. And then I'll punch him once or twice, and then he'll just knock me down with a piece of metal. With like a metal rebar or whatever the fuck he's holding. Mm-hmm. So I did that about 4 or 5 times, and I went back, quit game, uninstalled. Wow. I was like, I'm done, finished. That was it. Because I won't put up with that crap. That is not fun to me. Now, will I go watch somebody stream it? Absolutely. Yeah, whoever has the skills for these types of games. But
I've always had an interest in the first one, and then I even own it, and I never actually played it. And then the second one came out, and I seen it was on Game Pass, and I keep thinking about giving it a shot. So I'm just not sure, because I hear everybody talk about it, and I hear people say it's not that great in particular. And then, but it is a difficult game. But they say it's not as difficult as some of the Souls games, So I heard it's not as bad as those. So I am kind of curious, because I maybe test my skill a little bit, I guess, and see. I don't know. So
I remember that first one. That first one came out, and I was like, "Oh, this game looks pretty cool. It's kind of a modern type thing, except you are augmented. I don't know. You've got these mechanical.
Don't you rip off the parts of the robots and make yourself more powerful or whatever?
Yeah, that was the thing that I thought was pretty cool about the first one.
What's with this one?
Yeah, I'm sure. So okay, but again, this was on Game Pass, so I didn't really lose anything except for my data.
Time.
But thanks to Comcast for being unlimited, I really just lost I lost 40 minutes of my time. But no, even the first one, I tried it, and I was like, forget it. I'm done.
Gunny, since you brought it up real quick, I just want to ask you guys, I got an email, have you guys been getting emails from your internet providers and stuff saying they're not going to shut off your services if you can't pay your bills, and they're offering unlimited internet and all that kind of stuff out there where you guys are at?
Yep.
I got 2 from Comcast. Because
I've already had
I get
the out here.
phone alerts.
But they did send me a thing saying, if you can't pay your bill, we'll work with you and this and that. And I think I've gotten that from Verizon and everybody. So it's kind of.
Well, you know what's another? You kind of brought up another thing. I have hardly received any emails. I think. Well, again, I think just due to the situation that people are at home and not in the office, sending
emails. I have fucking emails about the fucking COVID fucking bullshit every fucking day.
Well, I'm getting them from my work. My work sent them to me. You're essential. Don't call in sick, asshole. You are showing up for work. I got to call
Xbox.
twice.
All those motherfuckers send me emails about the COVID-19 virus.
Same here.
No, but I mean, as far as what the weekly deals are and things like that from Best Buy, I finally got one from Newegg. But anyway, moving on.
They don't want you to go to the store. That's why.
No, that was the thing where they're, yeah. I'm not getting them every day like I used to. So, let's see. What did I play next? Oh, Division 2. I have not finished the game yet. I've done a ton of stuff. I've found all the different little collectible things that you get and you can bring back to your base, and you get a couple cool guns. But yeah, the only reason I'm level 40, and I haven't done the last mission yet because I just haven't found anybody to do it with. So if you're listening out there, did I light somebody, anybody? Let's do that last mission. I found a couple random people, Xbox Live, but they were I'm level 38, so I can't do it. Yeah, I wanted to do it by myself, but I thought, I want to share it with a few other people.
Mm-hmm.
Just get that done and then be done with that DLC.
Yeah, I think I remember on the Division 2 before, not on the DLC, but just the regular Division 2 before all the DLC came out. When I beat that last boss on there, I remember going through that by myself, and that thing was difficult by myself. I remember playing through it for a while, and then the next time I went back through it, I went to run it again for some reason, and it was super easy. I had a couple guys that joined me. I made the game open, and we just tore through that thing so quick. It was ridiculous. But so I'm sure you can probably do it by yourself, Gunny, if you level up your character well and get that damage output pretty high. You could probably get through it. But yeah, I'm sure it's definitely easier for people.
I don't think it has a power level thing requirement, especially in the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no power level difficulty in the DLC. As a matter of fact, I think somebody even asked me, can you go back and farm for better weapons? I don't think you can. At least wise, not yet.
Yeah, that's typically what I would do.
You can do it in the base game, but you can't do it in the DLC. So once you hit level 40, you're going to get better weapons, but you're not going to reach a power level to, let's say, get 3 other friends, go do another main mission on the side, to again farm for better weapons. That's safe for the main game. But yeah, I think this one's just really just you get the handful of main missions, a few side missions, and a handful of control points that you can capture, and that's it. But yeah, I think it was well worth it. I think what was it, $30 or $40? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't remember either. I want to say it was 39.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
Gosh, I think it's only worth 30. To be honest, it's only worth 30. I wouldn't pay 40 for it.
Okay, I was going to ask if you thought it was worth it or not.
Yeah, 30, yes, but no more than that. So again, because it doesn't have that replayability, I think later on they'll bring it to the actual DLC, or they might integrate it with the main game. So yeah, so just waiting to finish that. Again, there might be something more that maybe once I finish it that there's just something I'm missing. That I know Mojo said go back to the main game, and there's a lot more replayability there with your level 30 character.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Main game, I think they raised maybe their level cap. I'm not positive.
Yeah, so they did raise it obviously to 30. So with the new DLC, you automatically, any vanilla players get max out at level 30. 40, excuse me.
Yeah, I remember it went up 10, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Let's see, what else have I been playing? The Slay the Spire. I've been playing more of that game. That's definitely like, I've been playing that like in between like Doom and Ori and Division. Just get in there, I'll do a couple matches. Some of them last, anywhere like it could last 15 minutes, or I could go 35 minutes, depending on how well I'm doing. I still have yet to like beat the second boss. I come so close each time, but I think I just need to get in there and play a lot more of this because I'm unlocking better and better cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I go in and I'll do like a daily challenge each time, and also then I'll just do a whatever they call it, a regular run. So it's almost like a shorter. You get that option of the shorter, medium, and longer missions. So card runs. Yeah, definitely. I want to play that on iPad so
I need to
bad.
get back into. I see it every once in a while. And I see it on Steam, and you have to buy it on Steam. I think it's like $20 on Steam. And I keep telling myself, well, I need to go back and play that on Game Pass. It's free on there.
Yeah.
And I kind of forget about it and I always see it and I think about it and then I forget about it.
Yeah, and the only reason I haven't played it on there, I feel like it's just easier on Xbox. So I just got to get used to that. The old mouse and keyboard, how to lay down cards, because I keep doing it accidentally, and I'm like, I'll just stick to the... No, it wasn't working. That's what it was. I was telling you before, it didn't work with the controller for Xbox Game Pass PC. But either way, I'm already on the Xbox. That's where it's at. Other than that, I played a little Apex with Pinpoint and Couch today before recording.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, I haven't played that game in months. But yeah, it felt good just being in there with a squad and getting different weapons and shit like that.
How's Pinpoint doing on Apex? I know he said last week that he's trying to improve his Apex skills.
He was doing pretty good. I was obviously the first one down, like just me being the noob. And yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's like, oh my gosh, you got that weapon? I need that weapon. So I'm like trading him out for, he's just throwing down pieces and parts for me and better armor. And yeah, he's learning the ropes on it.
Did he have a preferred character that he's been using, or you?
No. What's the chick
He's the
name?
gas guy. The chick?
Yeah. Black chick.
Whoa.
That's her.
Whoa. Gunny.
No, I forgot her name, but that's who I've been going with. That's I've always.
You mean what the fuck's her name? I know exactly what you're talking about. The girl with the...
She's got the smoke grenade.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sniper rifle, right?
Yeah, it's Bangalore, isn't it?
Bangalore. Yeah,
Bangalore. Yeah.
Well, I got it, Jesus. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
All right. After I was being racist, I'm done talking. I'm done. Finished with what I've been playing. That's it.
All right.
And I'll
Well, for
continue to
me,
play all these games, except for Surge 2.
yeah, I've besides I have a lot going on outside of the show and gaming and all that stuff right now. I haven't played a ton. Gunny kind of stole my thunder in some of the games I've been playing. I have been playing some Ori, trying to get a feel for this game, and it just doesn't grab me. I keep going back to it and trying to talk myself into playing it, but it just doesn't completely grab me. So I'm hoping maybe with a little more time that it will grab me and I'll get some time into it and I'll keep going. I am on vacation this week, so I do have some good time to play. I can sit down and play some games. The other one is, was Doom. I picked that one up today, and like I said, playing it in ultra wide, the game looks great. It has run great. I haven't had any issues of any kind of crashing, any kind of stuttering. For a Bethesda game, this Doom is always the one that's always played well. I do know that, and so I find it funny that Doom has always really played really well, and all their other games seem to have issues. I don't know.
Linear as fuck.
Yeah, and that could be. And Jesus, you don't know how bad I dreaded it. As soon as I launched Doom, right? It asked you to launch into Bethesda's Battle.net, or not Battle.net, but Bethesda's launcher. And I had to even stop and think of what my credentials were because I created them when you and I played Wolfenstein together. So I had to literally have it wrote down on my PC. So I had to pull it up and look it up so I could log into my Bethesda account because I just never use it. And so I was kind of nervous. I thought I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But no, it played really well, and I'm enjoying it so far. And I like the music, and just it keeps you going in that aspect. It's just constant shooting. Like I said, I just wish that they would almost give you a little more ammo, because I just feel like it kept taking me out of it. Because it'd be like, you're out of ammo, use your chainsaw. I just have to get either that better rhythm, or just I wish they would have a little more ammo for me or something. I'm not sure, but I am enjoying it. Besides that,
hey, Mayo, knock it down to baby mode. You'll get more ammo.
I can't do that. Not yet, at least. Besides that, I did play a little bit. Since I wasn't on last week. Prior to then, I tried playing a little bit of Rocket League. Something just kind of kick back and just chill. Something I didn't have to like sit up against the mouse and keyboard with. I just kind of kick back with my controller, and I started playing some ranked modes in that. And I did get a rank. Because you got to play like so many rounds and you got to get so much XP before it actually gives you a rank. And I sat and probably played for like 2 or 3 hours. And I think you had to play 20 or 30 rounds before they actually give you a rank. But it's pretty fun. I jumping into some random guys. And pretty much most of the people were just all PS4 players. They'll say PSN, on their tags and stuff. Not very often I would run into a guy on PC, but so I just kind of play some random rounds, and it was just hit or miss whether the teammates were any good or not. So like I would have times where you would just get a random, and then they were just basically just driving around, and it would just make it really, really hard. You're trying to like play, and you're playing this rank mode, and you get this random guy on there who just driving around. He's not been really contributing at all.
Well, you got to know who's goalie, right? That's the
key.
One of the keys for unless you know each other, right? You can just kind of
One of our old guests, Muffins. I can't think of his name. I just know him in real life. He has played quite a bit, and so I wanted to play with him, but I haven't had the opportunity to here recently. So Sammy Brand Muffins, that's what I was trying to think of. I'll get with him soon, and I know he plays a lot of competitive Rocket League. So I want to give it a shot. I want to see. I might put some more time into that because it's something I can just kind of kick back and relax and just play and just have fun with. Besides that game, one night my son and we sat down and played NBA 2K20 on the Xbox because it's on Game Pass. And he really enjoys the NBA games. He enjoys the where kind of like you're the GM, where you have to make the trades, and the NBA isn't like it is today. It's like all the players are all on different teams and stuff, and he tries to build a team and try and get them into the playoffs and stuff. Like he enjoys that mode, but he wanted to sit down and play just a regular base game. So we did a quick play, 1-on-1, and So I'm a big Chicago Bulls fan. So I took the old 1995, 96 Chicago Bulls with Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Jesus would be happy to know he took the old. He took a recent Portland team, I think, with Damian Lillard and can't remember who else is on that team.
Wow.
But he actually managed to beat me because I'm really bad at the game. So it was so hard to play like defense in this game. Like the controllers are not the controllers, but the animations to me are a little janky sometimes on defense. Like you kind of move and the guy takes 4 steps to the right and you don't want him to, you know, and stuff like that. So I really just NBA 2K20. It's on Game Pass now, and we played some couch co-op of it.
Is 2K the bad game? No, that's the good game, right? That's the good basketball.
No, that's a good one. Yeah. And it has a lot of neat modes and stuff like that, and they've added a lot of neat stuff into it. It just, to me, I'm just not a big fan of the basketball games, the way they control them. There'll be times like a breakaway, and you go to dunk it, and you need to do like a jump shot. And I'm like, and it's just me not knowing the game. It's literally, if I maybe put more time into it, I would figure it out. But it was fun to just kind of kick back and just sit there and play that.
The old sports ball.
Yeah. Are you guys like baseball fans at all? Because I see like right now on Steam, there's Out of the Park 21. It's like a top selling game right now. And every once in a while I get that itch to play a baseball game. But I think
I kind of like baseball games, but I like baseball playing it. I don't like the act of watching it ever.
Yes.
Not in years.
I've gone to a couple of Cincinnati Red games, and they're pretty fun live.
That sounds so boring to me. What do you do in a baseball game? Sit there and wait to get hit with the ball or something? What do you do?
You watch with the vendors.
Oh my god, it sounds so boring.
You drink beer and eat popcorn and
get hit with the ball a few times.
See,
that's it.
I guess.
Stuff.
Oh man.
But I like doing like home run derby type games. I think a baseball game would be fun in VR. I keep kind of waiting for a good VR game where I could do like a home run derby. I enjoyed like the little Wii Sports baseball game they had for a while there. Just to do a little home run derbies and stuff was kind of fun. But
what was the one that Ryan Gibson used to like that was on Xbox?
That RBI
one. Yeah, I hear that one's really good.
It's kind of cool.
I mean, it's not a true sim,
Gunny, if you really want to play a good baseball game, play the one on the PS4, the show. Everybody says that one's really good. It's like the best MLB game out there because it is like licensed by them, and it's pretty much like a Madden game, but for the baseball
player
league.
Cards and stuff, and you change with their real life stats and stuff.
It's pretty much like the Madden game. Literally, it's like the Madden NHL. It's like all those games. Who the fuck makes it though? It's not made by EA though.
I forgot the name of the studio, but that studio that makes those games is going multi-platform.
Yeah, they're going to make it for Xbox next year, right? So the next
Xbox and PlayStation.
Next game
PC.
The next game that comes out is coming to Xbox and PlayStation for sure.
And PC, they said.
Oh fuck PC, Gunny, goddammit.
They probably won't even play it. They're not into the sports ball game.
The fucking PC gamers, all they're going to do is hack the fucking game and figure out a way to cheat and have all the cards. Oh, look at me. I have all the players. All my players are 100 stat. Let's play online.
Yeah.
Fucking Mayo and his hacker friends.
So the show was actually produced by SIE, which is San Diego Studio.
SIE, isn't that Sony Interactive Entertainment?
Yeah, and then it's the San Diego studio.
So it's a Sony San Diego. So, well, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised the EA hasn't bought that up yet from the MLB.
They probably just couldn't come to a deal. So it's, yeah. They just want more money. That's what they want.
That's pretty much it that I can think of right now off the top of my head that I've been playing. I know I've dabbled in a couple games. I've played some Dead Cells. Playing through that, and I'm still stuck on 2BC. That game is so hard on 2BC. Yeah, I just sit there and will grind through it, and I find myself restarting all the time because it's like you just can't take any damage. So, Gunny, like how Dead Cells is like you go through and you beat the level, you get to recharge your health at the end. So as you get to like 1 BC, that full big tube of health it gives you, it shows that big jar, and you can refill your health flask. It gives you a little flask, and it only gives you 1 charge on your flask. That's on 1 BC. On 2 BC, you get no health at all. And so, like, when you go to the bosses is where it gets hard, because when you come out from a boss fight, you take a ton of damage against these boss fights.
For sure.
And then you're going in, and I could be wrong. I can't remember. Maybe they give you 1 after a boss fight, but it's like 1 flask. It's 1 recharge of your flask. Your flask will hold, like, when it's maxed out, it'll hold like 4. And this gives you like 1 recharge, and it's not even a full health recharge. So regardless, you're not going to come out of that fight full health. So you have to come up with ways to use your abilities. And this is where the game kind of really changed for me, is you got to find ways to use your abilities to gain health back. So there's perks that you can get with a successful parry. You can gain 1% health back. If you kill an enemy, it's like a vampirism ability. If you kill an enemy, you get 0.5% health back. So you have to know how to get through the game without taking damage and killing enemies. But you also, like, in Dead Cells, you have these perks that make you stronger. You'll do stuff that works with your brutality and stuff like that. But when you get up to 2 BC, where it's a harder difficulty, you almost have to take away from that and do things that give you health instead of extra strength. So the enemies are harder, and you don't have that extra damage where you can just kill them in 1 hit. But you also got to play smarter to where not take a hit, or if you do take a hit, you got to kill probably 20 or 30 enemies in a row to even get a part of that health back.
Nice.
So the game is really tough, and I'm still determined to get through it, but it's changed a lot. And I think another thing too, as I kind of learned too, is there's certain weapons and certain abilities that I like in particular, and I don't like using other stuff. And if I would go back through, I know I played a little bit on the Xbox, just only unlocking those weapons I get. So when you play through the game, those weapons are the only thing that are dropping, not the full pool, because I have probably 90% of the items in the game unlocked. And so you get a wide array of weapons and stuff that drop, and sometimes they're not the most optimal thing you want to use at that high of a difficulty level. The ability where you just go up and kick people, It's really hard when you're playing at a higher difficulty than just things that are shooting through walls and they're all attacking you from different ways. That all you can do is kick people, and you're trying to use a shield and kick people. So sometimes it gets kind of disappointing where you like, the RNG of the game gives you like the crappiest weapon at the most inopportune time, and it can ruin your whole entire run. So you can do a custom mode, but it takes away from your achievements and stuff. So you can do a custom mode so it only drops certain items. And I've played through it that way sometimes too. And you can actually keep your cells and apply them toward the in-game stuff to make your stuff.
That could be your training right there.
But I have that almost maxed out now. So it's like kind of like my training. And then I learned what weapons I like. But then when I go back to the regular mode, I don't, you don't get those weapons as often. So it's just kind of like I'm looking for them. But besides that, that's probably about it. I dabbled in a couple of the little games at the time, and I wasn't really into those games at all. And I was just kind of waiting for Ori to come out, I thought. And then Ori hasn't really grabbed me, unfortunately. But I think Doom is going to. So hopefully I'll get some Ori and Doom in this week yet.
Yeah, definitely play more of those.
And that's it for me, though, so far.
Whoa.
Wow, we did more talking than Jesus this week. Holy cow.
That's a rare. Whoa.
Well, guess what time
Wake up,
it is?
Jesus, wake up.
Guess what time it is?
It's news time. Breaking news.
It's news time. Let's get into some news, ladies and gentlemen. In our weekly coronavirus updates, let's bring you the numbers, Gunny. Let's bring you some numbers.
What do we got? Give me good news.
Well, coronavirus updates here in the United States.
Well, Jesus looking it up. I'll give you some good news, Gunny.
Oh,
I didn't see an article the other day saying that China, because everything was shut down for so long in China, that their pollution level is so much lower right now. They say it's the cleanest it's been in a long time, and that people are actually out and about now, and they can't believe how clean the environment is for them.
Yeah,
because
that
so
was
much
the first week,
factory and so much
actually.
production was shut down. And I have seen that they've only had a very few amount of cases in China that are new. They're pretty
I
much
don't know. I don't know about that.
or they're just hiding
I
it.
don't believe him.
Yeah.
I don't believe him.
Right, we can't trust China. With news.
Gunny, let's move on here. The number of coronavirus patients in the United States, Gunny, in the U.S., Gunny, America, has now topped 31,000 people. So this puts the number of cases behind only China and Italy. So we're the third country in the world with the most cases. And now the number of deaths have topped 400. Italy, once again, marked a grim milestone over this weekend with the deadliest days in the country so far. On Friday, 627 people died from the coronavirus. And that record was only broken on Saturday with 793 additional deaths on Saturday. Worldwide, the number of coronavirus cases has now increased to more than 329,000, and the number of deaths has now topped 14,000 people. So, shit's getting bad, guys. And now the first inmate in California has tested positive for coronavirus. So what do you do with the inmates? Do you let them out? Do you keep them in there and let them die? What do you do, Gunny?
They are letting some out, like with people that have 45 days left in jail, not prison, jail. They are letting those individuals go.
I mean, what do you do? Is that a violation of somebody's rights?
Okay,
if
so
you keep them in prison?
There was somebody I was talking, it might have been at work, and it was somebody that knew somebody that worked in one of the California state prisons, and I think it was a conversation I was over, that I was listening to, that they were told, again, this is like, third-hand information, but they were told that if there is like an outbreak, maybe not just one, but more than one, that basically they're going to stay on site and just shelter in to the prison. They're going to stay there.
Lock them down.
So talk about the overtime. It's just going to be astronomical.
Whew. Those guards are going to be getting exposed to that shit. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, and more news for the coronavirus. Team Canada will not be sending any athletes to the 2020 Olympics this year or the Paralympics. They already announced that Team Canada will not send any teams to the 2020 Olympics, which are set to take place this summer in Tokyo. So there's one team already out. And now Senator Mitt Romney is going to self-quarantine himself after he came into contact with Senator Rand Paul, who has now tested positive for the coronavirus. And as of the last hour, major disaster declarations have now been approved for New York, Washington, and California. So that means the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is now being deployed to California, Washington, and New York, as well as the National Guard has been mobilized with pretty much they're trying to build hospitals and keep people not sick, I guess. And, yeah, fun times, right? The world.
Right. So sorry, I was giggling. I was looking at something else, but just to kind of take away from this, but somebody's profile picture. Boy.
Also, remember how they were going to try to pass that stimulus package to help people that are not at work right now? Well, it just got voted down by the House Senate committee.
Oh no. Wasn't that supposed to be like 1,000 per individual and 500 per kid?
12. It was going to come out to be 1,200 per individual and 500 per kid, but right now it says that the Democratic House voted it down because it said that it's not helping the American worker and that corporations are not being made to pay more or whatever the fuck, something. I don't know. Some shit. So there's coronavirus updates 2020, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you up to date weekly if we can, if we're here, on the coronavirus fucking stats around the world. If you're at home, stay home. Pretty much, it's crazy, Gunny. I called my cousin and my family in Vegas the other day, and they literally said that Las Vegas, dude, is shut down. It is in fucking lockdown right now.
Yeah, and the mayor is being, I don't know, male, female, just being an asshole. Oh, we need to stay open.
Mayor Goodman? No, Gunny, because my cousin said literally there is no fucking work. Like, you know, the casinos are like 90% of the people that work in Vegas that live there. We're working the casinos, which is service industry, which means if the casinos shut down, which they have, that means there's no fucking jobs, literally.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is like the mayor is just being a whiny baby about the fact that we deserve to stay open. Whatever his or her reasoning was, but it was still like a selfish, greedy statement.
I don't know. I side with her, actually. For life. Even my cousin was saying that like she has a point because there's going to be people that lose their houses. She was saying that like a lot of, because my cousin, she's a waitress. So what she does is she walks around and gives you drinks, makes you get more drunk the more money you spend in the casino. And pretty much she said that they get paid hourly, but really where they make most of their money is tips. And right now there is no fucking tips. And there's also the casinos aren't paying their employees like to stay home. So there's literally, they have no money coming in. Like it's just nothing. Like literally they're being told you can't go back to work for 30 days and we don't know what to do. Good luck.
I would hope that, and I guess we'll see when the smoke clears that, you know, a lot of these, I'm just thinking like a lot of these casinos are going to pay them a base. I understand they're not getting the tips, the majority of their income for what they need.
Yeah.
But, you know, we are trying to save lives here. At the same time, I understand somebody that is a server that relies on that money.
Yeah, they're struggling, dude. They said that pretty much like the whole city's on lockdown. I'm worried about my aunt and my uncle. They're older. They're in their 60s and like they're not really paying attention to the fucking lockdown. I'm like, God damn it. Fucking pay attention. But boomers, man, they don't give a fuck. They think they can live through anything.
Hey, there were people like looking in the grocery store. They were like, what's happening to all the food? I'm like, my wife's looking over. I'm like, don't you watch TV? You know, no, I got the paper last week, though.
Fucking boomers, man. They fucking just think they could do whatever they want. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Hey, but then I got my one neighbor. She, the wife went and knocked on the door to see if she needed anything from the store. I think she's 91. And she didn't even answer the door.
She's like, fuck you.
She's smart.
Slide
she's like, fuck you.
Slide a note under the door. Like, I'm inside, but I'm not going to open the door for you, motherfucker.
Well, I saw her this morning. She quickly closed the door. I think she was spraying, like, holy water or something out on the front steps, man.
Holy water.
I don't know. It was like she was quickly spraying the front door, and then she slammed the door.
She's fucking sanitizing it with Lysol, Gunny, not holy water.
It was green in the bottle. I was like, whoa, not going near you, Miss Jan.
Fucking simple, some kind of homemade fucking antibacterial fucking remedy shit she found online. Oh, man. But yeah, anyways, the world is crazy, people, and it's going to get a little bit crazier, I feel like, in the next few weeks. Russia says that they have less cases than the rest of the world of coronavirus, but yet they've also seen a huge spike in pneumonia cases. So,
isn't that sort of related to the flu?
Yes, it's pretty much. You do get kind of pneumonia when you get this fucking flu. That's the whole point.
Pretty much, right? I mean, it can.
It's pretty much.
That's basically.
Well, that's what it turns to. That's what it turns to. Yeah, like if you can't breathe, and then your lungs get fluid in them, which is because you can't breathe because of the virus, then it turns into pneumonia. That's what kills people when they get the normal flu. That pneumonia is what kills you. You know what I mean?
But they're not acknowledging this corona thing, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're good guys. Fucking crazy Russians. You crazy people. And, the rest of the world is kind of crazy. How many cases are in Ohio, Mayo? How many cases? Do you have a statistic?
It was like 350, like 351 or something like that.
Wow.
And I think there was like 4 or 5 deaths, maybe.
Damn, that spread quickly to Ohio. That's quicker than I
Yeah,
thought
dude.
it would.
We've had some issues here
check
for a
this
little
out.
while now because,
Yeah.
like, a week and a half ago, they shut down all of our schools, and they put all the schools on a 3-week break, and then continued to kind of had started like a little bit of panic here, and then that's when everybody started going to the grocery stores and buying the toilet paper,
yeah.
and then my work life shot through the roof. I went from a regular day's worth of work to next day going into work with like 4 times the amount of volume of work. And so we went from working 10-hour days to instant 12-hour days, and now we're working like 7 days a week over here if we want, and putting in these 90-hour weeks some guys are, and just
I was hearing
crazy.
about that today at work. These guys at lunch were talking about it. They were like, yeah, you hear that you guys put 90 hours this week? And I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, but I did just hear today that they're gonna. I guess the governor wants to do more of a lockdown. Like they said, nothing's gonna change, but they're gonna do like declaring basically like Ohio's kind of on lockdown. They don't want us going out unless we need to go out and buy essentials and stuff like that. At the stores, and they don't want maybe people just going out to the malls and all that kind of stuff. So, and then public places like a park and all that kind of stuff,
Close.
obviously keep distance from people and stuff like that. So, and it's a bad week to be on vacation in that aspect,
Yeah, you can't go nowhere.
Can't go nowhere. I plan on going like to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame up in Cleveland, and that's like a bad area for it actually right now because I think most of the cases are in Cleveland.
Oh, shit.
I know there is a couple here in Columbus where I'm at. I think there's like 4 or 5 cases in Columbus. But I think that's going to get worse. Obviously that stuff spreads. And what I was telling Gunny before the show is what I think is kind of interesting is like, so my work, we send food to all the Kroger stores in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And we do actually do a little bit of Michigan, a little bit of West Virginia. What happens if somebody at my work gets it? Do they quarantine like that whole place or?
That's what literally I asked that because I started work on Friday and we were going through all these safety measures and shit, right? And they were talking about like how you're on probation for the first 90 days or whatever and missing work. And I asked them, I asked the lady, well, what if we get like the virus? like obviously you don't want us to come to a fucking food making place. So what do you do? Right. And she's like, well, you stay home. And I was like, but are you going to get fired? Because you can't come to work. You really should not come to work and you can't. And if you get the virus, it's not like you want to miss work, but you're going to have to miss work for 2 weeks. How does that affect your work? And she was like, well, we're working on it. like they have no idea what the fuck they're doing at this point, I don't think.
Well, I assume you can be protected through like the government in that aspect. Like, job, almost like an FMLA kind of thing. But what I'm concerned with is like, say somebody in my warehouse gets it, okay?
And then everyone gets it.
And so my warehouse is kind of we do all of Ohio, but we have people that come from all different directions. We have people coming from an hour north, an hour east, an hour west, an hour south. So we have 600 some employees where I'm at. So if somebody gets it and then it infects that place, okay, and this is a big warehouse. It's like 900,000 square feet or something like that. So that's a lot of food and a lot of items in that warehouse. Do they quarantine the whole warehouse? Do they shut all down? Do they destroy all that stuff? What happens at that point?
I know we're talking worst.
What happens?
I know we're talking. We are talking worst case scenario stuff here, doom and gloom things, but ultimately it's. Well, I think that's another thing. I think that added to that. Just Americans being in the know of things now where they did go out and pillage the grocery stores just in case something like this happens that you talked about.
Yeah. But the problem is that when they did that, Gunny, they also spread it so much. Like up here in Oregon, we had Fred Meyer stores. And one of the stores at Fred Meyer's, one of the associates, one of the people that works at Fred Meyer's got it. And everyone started saying, like, oh, that fucking Fred Meyer's doesn't disinfect the shelves. And it's like, well, they only have so many employees, and there's like 400 people walking into the fucking store. How do you expect them to follow around and pay employees to walk up and down? Like, unless you hire an employee for every single aisle, or maybe a couple to an aisle, you cannot fucking have, like, a person walking behind people just wiping everything down constantly. It's just impossible, dude. You know what I mean? And
I think
people were freaking out. People were saying, well, they don't do enough to wipe things down. They don't do enough to keep the people safe. It's like, At best, what can you do? Like pay somebody to stand there and wipe the front door down, wipe the shopping carts down. Okay, you could pay somebody to do that. You could pay somebody to wipe down the store, but they cannot like wipe down the store. I mean, what do you just pay them constantly to wipe down the store? Just go.
Right. That's here they're doing a thing now where they close the stores earlier. So like a lot of our stores are closing early. Some of them used to be open till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Now they're closing at like 9 o'clock at night. And then the employees are actually wiping down the store and cleaning up the store from like 9 to whenever, so
they got to restock and all that shit
it doesn't cover during the day. But I do kind of want to throw out there to the community out there too, is if you are concerned about like if you're going in the stores and you see just a lack of toilet paper and water and all that kind of stuff, because that seems to be the big thing for some reason. Our warehouse, I know we have a lot of that stuff, and I can't explain like how much stuff is that kind of stuff just comes into our warehouse. We ship out just a ton of it right now. But what the problem is the fact that we're shipping it out and the stores are getting it and they're selling it as fast as they get it. It's just we can only send so much of that stuff, especially the water. Water weighs a whole lot actually, and you can only put 22 pallets of water or 20 pallets of water on a semi. So them trucks we're sending out of just water only are going to like 2 or 3 different stores at a time. So they'll stop at one store and drop off 9 pallets. They'll stop off another store and drop them off 9 pallets, and then come back. And we'll ship out another truck with like 9 pallets, like 18 pallets, and going to 2 different stores. And we have to limit what we're sending to those stores because these stores are ordering heavy, because they want to stock up on that stuff. So they're going, okay, we're flying through this stuff. We're going to order triple the amount. And we actually have to cut their orders because we have to be able to ship to the other stores. We cover all of Ohio, so we're cutting their orders, and we're sending them a new truck every single day of new supplies.
But that's just one truck, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right, and they're just getting bought up right away, and it's just, and again, we have it in the warehouse, and we can ship it. It's just we only have enough people at the time to be able to.
So if I could speak from the logistics side of things, because I am the truck driver. And again, my main job is to deliver to the bars and the restaurants and the independent grocery stores. But lately we have been doing direct to store deliveries, such as your Lucky's and your Rayleigh's. Safeway hasn't asked us to do it yet, but who knows, that might come soon where we will have to do something like that,
Yeah, and we actually do some of that stuff in the warehouse. We'll actually do what they call a direct delivery of some items like water and stuff. I don't know why we don't directly ship water. Maybe because of the weight again. And also, too, a lot of these stores only have so much room in the back. Their storage area, they're not really designed to store a whole bunch of water and all that stuff back there. So they can only put so much of it in their back rooms unless you put it all out there on the floors, so...
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's not the supply. Like people think that America's running out of food. No, we're not running out of fucking food. We got plenty of food, motherfucker. Like I said, food production isn't stopping. Like food is being made still. Water is being purified. All that shit. Trust me, it's all still going. It's just there's only so many truck drivers out there. There's only so many trucks on the road.
Right. Yes.
It's only so much stuff you can put on a truck. Like Mayo said, there's only 20 fucking pallets. Think about 20 pallets, that's not a whole lot of water. Like, if you think about how much water that is for, like, how many cases of water?
50 cases on a pallet.
And there's people buying like 5 cases of water at the store. You know what I mean? People buy 2 or 3 cases at a time, so it runs out quick.
Yeah, so to finish my point, I had a distraction. And that is that, for example, for us doing those direct deliveries, that allows the places like where your guys work at to deliver more groceries instead of, alcohol and wine and things like that. So they are trying to get to the store as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, how busy this new job is. I was like, holy shit. Like everyone's just telling me like literally everyone besides me is like, oh, I'm so tired. I've been working fucking 7 days, 10 days straight now or whatever the fuck. I'm like, fuck, man. That must be crazy.
And also, for example, like unlike warehouse people like you guys, where truck drivers were only allowed to work so many hours per day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have to be off 10 hours in between shifts. So there is a logistic and rules to
there's rules
how
to that
everything
shit.
works. Each state is different as
Was
well.
offering 14-hour shifts, so we're allowed to stay up
Yes.
to 14 hours every day. So, and that's 7 days a week. So, I mean, it's crazy.
It's a lot of hours. Yeah, so don't worry, people. I mean, eventually, I think that all this stuff will pass. It definitely will. How long will it take? That is the next question. We don't know, and quite frankly, I don't think anyone really knows.
No.
Hopefully,
That was the thing too, where I thought, okay, April 7th, but we're still in the process of shutting down Vegas, shutting down the malls in this area, this state is now
in different
going into
countries.
shelter in place, and it's like, can we all kind of get to that point? And Right.
And around the world, there's people are doing different things, and I mean, it would be nice if the whole world just kind of like got together and said, "Hey, motherfuckers, all right, this is what we're gonna do for the whole world." You know what I mean? But no one is really following those rules. Like everyone's doing their own thing, and on top of that, there's dumb people out there, dude. Like I've seen it already. There's people doing it in every single place that there's a lockdown. There is people breaking the lockdown rules. They're just doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
They just do whatever they want. And as and I get it. Some of us are younger and less susceptible to this shit, but I mean, I've seen videos of like little kids struggling with this virus, and this shit ain't pretty, dude. Like it looks rough. You know what I mean? Like they're struggling to breathe, dude. And
there's not enough ventilators. They're trying to. I don't know where they're getting these ventilators from, but that's in high demand.
Oh yeah, and you think about it, like you're like, I'll be fine, but like me, dude, I don't know if I'll be fine, Gunny. I have asthma. You know what I mean? How does that affect me?
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me, and people are just like, whatever, I'll just break the fucking quarantine. It doesn't matter. I'll go to the store or whatever the fuck, And, so people should, fucking be careful and follow your fucking local rules or whatever the fuck,
Yeah. Who was it I saw? Was it Crafty in Discord? He was talking about just getting the essentials and what he needs for at least a month. I mean, I don't know, like, could he live off the grid for a month or whatever, but it was like the fact that he can now not be out in town and shopping at the stores. So I don't know how long. That's the thing. How long? They're not saying like how much groceries should I get just for a week? Do I need to go once a week? Do I grab enough things for 3 weeks, 2 months? How long?
Yeah,
They're saying don't hoard, but yeah, save those baby wipes for the babies, guys. I think that's another thing where a lot of stores have failed. Like, okay, now we're limiting baby wipes. I'm like, fuck, you should have been doing that 2 weeks ago.
From the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at first, they fucking, they loved all the profit increase. They're like, oh my God, look at this. Look at all these profits I'm making for the corporation. You know what I mean? Look at all these numbers I could show my boss. Woo, this is amazing. Look at all this little labor and look at all this profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now they're like, oh, fuck. We don't have enough employees. Our employees can get sick. And that's the scary part. So shout out to all the people out there still working. You guys are awesome. Keep doing it. Wear gloves. Wash your hands all the time. All that good shit. Stay safe. I mean, what else do we have for news here?
GDC rescheduled.
Oh, they have a date now? Did they actually pick a date? Is this a date thing?
I have not opened the article to see
this is a date.
if they do have one. August 5th
Okay.
and 6th.
Okay.
So they were able to pencil them in for that time.
All right. So August 5th and 6th right now for GDC, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully, I mean, personally, I think GDC already happened with the reveal of the PS5. Did you guys watch that video with Mark Cerny on the PS5?
Yeah.
I did not. Only because you watched it. Mark Cox watched it, and I thought, oh God, I really don't need to see that. Apparently,
no. It was pretty much like you guys know who Mark Cerny is, right? The nerdy looking guy He's the main. I don't know what his title is, but I think for the PS4, he was the lead designer. He designed it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he designed
was
the PS4.
Was it PS4 or 3?
No, I think it was maybe PS3, and then I know he designed the PS4 for sure because he was at the reveal for that, and I know he designed the PS4 Pro because he was at the reveal for that. But this fucking reveal was so lame, dude. It was like they took their GDC meeting presentation, and we're like, oh yeah, everyone tune in and find out everything about the PS5. The future is now, or some shit, whatever hashtag they fucking used. Greatness awaits, or whatever the fuck. And then they'd have this dude up there talking, man. And I swear, Gunny, like, I want to say maybe 5 minutes into it, but then for sure, like, 25 minutes into it, I was like, this has to be the most boring presentation I've ever seen in my life. It's just some dude up there. You could tell he's a very smart individual because he was, you could just tell the way he talks. He's really smart, right? But he doesn't have any charisma. There's no, like, why the fuck should I be listening to you right now, dude? He was just, like, spitting numbers out. Like, oh, the 10.2 teraflops, and then if we take this SSD and increase the speed by 10 gigahertz, Mayo, and
give you just those raw numbers.
And we take the CPU power and compute it with raw input, and you know what I mean? Like, just so fucking boring. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like hearing someone explain your computer to you, Mayo. Like in stupid,
right.
like in super fucking detailed, fucking stupid number of things like 3,000 megahertz RAM. If you do that and multiply it times 4 sticks, Mayo, at 16.9 gigabytes, we're going to get this type of speed and this type of CUDA cores and memory bandwidth. So fucking
the sad thing is, I would probably find that interesting if it was talking like new technology and stuff like that. But most of the console players out there, they don't really care. They just want it to work.
No one gives a fuck.
They want it to look better.
Yeah.
They want it to work.
And they didn't even show the console, the whole presentation. I was okay. Well, I was like, maybe if I stick this out, maybe if I keep this playing, maybe in the end he'll be like, and this is what the next generation of PlayStation. Nothing, dude. Not even a glimpse of what it may look like. They did talk about how the NVMe drive on the PS5 is actually going to be a little bit faster than the Xbox
I did see that on
Series X, but it's only 800 gigs, while the Xbox memory is 1 terabyte. But I don't know if Xbox is also going to be 800, because it's weird how they word this, because PlayStation's coming out ahead of everything, and they're saying, okay, look, we say we have 1 terabyte, but really is 800 gigs that you can use. And Xbox is saying we have a 1 terabyte drive, but is it really going to be the same situation where like only 800 of it is usable? You know what I mean?
I would have to say probably that's the case, because typically, like, if you buy a terabyte for your PC, it's only 930 gig.
Yeah.
Okay, so because it has to allocate so much space for stuff.
Correct.
But then what you're probably going to run into on your system is you're going to have your almost like your OS, your menu and your operating system.
Yep.
So that's going to take up some room too. So if you're looking at 930 already, they could maybe get down to 800 if you spend 40 gig on the UI and the interface and how everything's set up with Xbox Live and all that stuff. So you could get in the 800 range.
Yeah. So, they also talked about some sound processor they're putting into the...
Well, probably with...
the PS5.
I was also going to mention the... not only that, but the PSVR, where that would probably take up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But yeah, they did talk about a new sound processor in the PS5 that can actually process 3D audio like differently than like whatever the fuck we do now. so like audio will be super...
Like Dolby Atmos is for
pretty
Xbox.
much it'll be Dolby Atmos, but like for your like headphones all the time when you're playing PS5. I'm pretty sure they announced that the Xbox Series X will have the same thing. I'm pretty sure. But like he went into detail about it, like the vibrations in your ear, and the vibrations coming out of the headphones into your ear is what makes the sound. But what we did, we were taking the vibrations and amplifying them. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. And then what else did they talk about? They talked about the hard drive a lot. They talked about the speed of the hard drive. They talked about how much bandwidth it can fucking transfer or whatever, super fast. They did talk about the audio. They're going to have a 4K disc drive this time. 4K, Gunny. Woo!
Blu-ray.
Yes, Blu-ray. What else? They didn't mention anything that we've seen like in the leaks. So they did not mention like wireless charging for controllers. They didn't mention none of that. They didn't even mention like any controller redesign. They didn't mention any of that. So it was pretty much strictly like hardware, talking about like how much RAM is in it. I think they ended up saying that at the end of the day, the teraflop power is 10.2. But I think it fluctuates. I think it's like basic is 9.5 or 9.2. But then it's using some fucking shit in the fucking console, it fucking boosted up to like 10.2. It does like some auto boost, some auto overclocking type shit where like it boosts itself.
9.2 like, true, and the rest is kind of fabricated.
They said 10.2. That's all I know. They keep saying 10.2 teraflops. Well, Xbox Series X was confirmed to have 12.5 or something like that. So the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X will be more powerful in those terms. And quite frankly, personally, I think the Xbox Series X looks like it can either match or outperform most of the PS5 specs. But the PS5 does look like a powerhouse. I mean, it's going to have exclusives, like they have the exclusives. And that's what people are looking forward to from what I'm hearing.
Well, I definitely see like where Xbox is definitely going with, here's the Series X, man. It's the fastest console. So they say it's coming November. I don't know how, but so it tells me that they are going to release the most powerful console first.
Yeah.
This would be a first, wouldn't it? To say, hey, here's the fastest, most expensive, in my opinion, the most expensive console that comes out in November. And then I think we won't see the regular, whatever Xbox, the one that's going to be 6 or 7 teraflops, whatever. That probably won't come out until, summer 2021 or something.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we'll see how all that plays out. I mean, personally, also one thing that they did say about the PS5, though, guys, that was a downside that everyone talks shit about, was that PS5 will only have, like, I believe they said under 100 games that are backwards compatible. So less than 100 games that are backwards compatible. They said that they could try to add some later, but pretty much what they said was like, no, we can't. We just like we didn't
Wasn't
work
it?
on that.
I want to say it was the next day after the conference that there was a correction to that it was actually more closer to 300 or 400.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen an article on that. I didn't click on it, but I thought I'd seen an article saying that it was more than they kind of let on.
Yeah,
they had to correct it.
Okay. And then pretty much that's it, really. PS5, guys. I kind of didn't like that presentation.
I think so. Looking back at that, they probably were just under, I don't know, pressure, whatever. Like, come on, we got to put something out to keep stock up. You think it had anything to do with that? To kind of, even though stocks are just tanking for everything, they were like, look, we got to put something out. Good or bad, look, go, Mark, go out there, kill it. I don't know, right?
Yeah, who knows?
And then we'll do a true and proper thing in June at our own conference.
Yeah.
Maybe a live event, maybe their own event, however they do it.
Honestly, dude, I thought that the people in front of Cerny, because they had some people standing there looking at the presentation. I don't know who they were. They must have been journalists or something, somebody they invited from IGN or something, but they weren't moving at all for
Wasn't it a fake audience or something?
For 20... was it fake? I thought they were mannequins.
Somebody put that in a group that it was a really good fake audience or something.
Must have been.
It's only seen our chat where we were talking on...
It looked like a mannequin, dude.
You guys talking about it. They're like, I think I've seen one move.
Yeah, literally. It's a fucking... Look like a mannequin.
I don't know.
Maybe he was talking to a camera, but that's why he sounded so boring. Like he was reading a script, but he was like... PS5 and just fucking 10.2 teraflops GPU. ray tracing audio. Ray tracing is real. Ray tracing is here. It's a 1440p, 200 hertz,
Yeah,
60
they just threw something
FPS.
together, obviously. Put it out there. Come on, let's get it out there. Let's get it done with.
So, we'll see. All right, what else do we have for news here?
We have Microsoft launches DirectX 12 to enable future-proof graphics featured for next-gen games. DirectX 12 is not new.
No.
Yeah, this is like a new version of the DirectX 12, though. They're calling it Ultimate.
Oh, it's for the RTX series cards. For
Ultimate.
accelerated ray tracing.
Oh, my. Oh.
Just like the ones appearing on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 will support the latest versions of DirectX and all its features, of course. So this is more for like game developers.
Yeah, for nerds like Mark Cerny.
Yeah.
Fucking Mark Cerny nerds. You want to know what some real news right now, Gunny? The real fucking news? The PC gamer news? You want to hear some real PC gamer news, Mayo?
Sure. I always want to hear some good PC gamer news.
Gunny, you don't want to walk away for this one, Gunny.
All right, I was going to use the restroom.
It says here the first... this is in case you come home early on a Friday or something for this one. First Jill Valentine nude mod is now available for download for the Resident Evil 3 remake and PC demo. That's right. The first nude mod for Resident Evil 3 remake is already available and is compatible with its public PC demo. As you may have guessed, with this mod you can have a completely naked Jill Valentine. Furthermore, Mayo, this mod even makes her a bit prettier by removing some dirt from her face.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Washed up.
Oh, man.
What we're saying here is next week we should be surprised if Gunny comes home from work a day early. Or not a day
Guys,
early, a couple hours early.
I came home early on a Friday. Came home.
I put 8 hours into the demo of Resident Evil 3 remake.
It's like, Gunny, the demo's 40 minutes long. What are you doing? This is the best demo ever, guys. Best demo. I love the demo. I love it.
So we'll be messaging him on Steam and stuff. Be like, hey, how's that demo going? And he'll be just AFK. He'd be like, oh, sorry guys, I just let it run. We're like, what are you doing? It's just running.
Oh man.
As long as no furries are involved, I guess it'd be okay, huh?
Yeah. What else do we have for news? Not Ori. That Animal Crossing came out yesterday or whatever, or Friday. And people are liking it. I'm hearing good things about it so far, I guess. If you like to do that type of stuff.
I enjoyed it in the GameCube way back in the day, but I haven't played one since.
Back when Mayo was only 40 years old.
Hey, that was what I was. Are we talking about the Resident Evil?
No, we're talking about playing the GameCube.
Oh, okay. I'm old. I had to use the restroom.
Gunny, you need to go use the restroom. You can't hold it in, Gunny. It's bad for you, Gunny. It's bad for your health.
I got the old prostate. It's getting bigger.
Oh, the big old prostate is getting... Oh, that's not good, Gunny.
I got to get that checked after this pandemic is over.
So, that's a non-essential checkup? Is that what they call that?
Well, I'm going to be the old 5-0 soon.
Oh, Gunny.
Coming up.
Oh, buddy. Tell a doctor to wear gloves.
I'm going to have to go get the old...
What if you get a lady doctor, Gunny, with long nails or something?
Yikes. I do have a lady doctor.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh.
Yeah, she's...
How does that...
She's seen more than she should. Check this out, Doc.
She knows where you come home early on a Thursday.
Yes. Well, what I've been playing.
Oh man.
So I was playing this game, Doc, and yeah, I felt like a lump down there.
Oh God, no! Don't stop.
I'm trying to keep this family.
Oh shit! Even Mayo's like, oh, I don't even know what to say right now. Speaking of playing stuff, Gunny, and feeling stuff down there, Steam broke a new record for concurrent users. This is most likely due to the coronavirus. But Steam set a new all-time high. Mayo, you'd be surprised. Big Steamers are uniting right now. They now set an all-time high for concurrent users on the gaming service at the weekend. Now, this hit 20 million users for the first time ever, Mayo. Ever. 20 million Steamers were online, Mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 fucking million, Mayo. And so, out of those 20 million, 6.2 were actually playing a game at the time. So I don't know what the fuck 13.8 million people were doing logged into Steam. They were doing something. I don't know, downloading a game? I don't know. The fuck were they doing? Man, what do you do when you log into Steam? Just sit there and watch it or something?
I play games when I log into Steam. I don't know about Gunny, but I play games.
I play one game, and I'll play it for hours and hours and hours.
Oh, man. Oh. Also, CSGO broke 1 million users. So,
that would be one. That's the game I was thinking about on Steam.
That's right. Counter-Strike Global Offensive with just over 1 million players. So, there you go. It's only the third game ever to exceed the 1 million concurrent player mark, which is number 3, with right behind PUBG and Dota 2.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Has Fortnite never hit the 1 million player mark?
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Oh, it's just on Steam.
Probably
right?
just not now.
On Steam. It's probably
It's probably just on Steam, and Fortnite's not on Steam. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's on Epic. Yeah, it's.
So yeah. So it was only last month in February when back then Steam set a record back then with 18,801,944 concurrent users, with about 5.8 million in the game. So they just broke that record. They broke that record. Bum, bum, bum.
Damn.
What do you think, Mayo? 20 million people online.
that sounds like a lot. At one time, I mean, it's luckily they don't haven't had any kind of crashes either. Like I said earlier in the show that Xbox has had some issues a little bit.
Xbox, I've seen it. People complaining about that like twice this week or 3 times this week.
Yeah.
And I know.
And who knows? That could just be from everybody logging in, and I really do think that what I said earlier about the fact that a lot of people are working from home and probably just trying to do server maintenance is probably difficult for them, or they're probably facing challenges with the fact that more people are online, and yeah, it's at least I hope it's that and not something like some DDoS or something.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
but yeah, I don't see any other news. Otherwise, just bad news. All right, guys, let's move on to something more exciting here. The console corner. Nothing new to report as far as PlayStation and Xbox. You've still got your same old games here until the end of the month. For your PlayStation Plus, get your Shadow of the Colossus and Sonic Forces. And for your Xbox One, your Shantae, Half Genie Hero, and Sonic Generations. Again, I talked about Game Pass stuff with The Surge 2. Boo for that game. I don't know what else is new this week for Xbox Game Pass other than that. Since I've been playing so much. I guess it would be Ori and the Blind Forest would be part of the Game Pass. I always think of that as a new release.
Came out on Game Pass.
What's it?
Ace Combat 7 was on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had downloaded it, but I have not played it.
Ace Combat 7.
Jesus, you played that in VR? It's an awesome game.
In VR it is. I don't know about the regular game. I haven't even launched that.
Yeah. So I downloaded that and another game called Blessed, some kind of MMO. It looks pretty good as far as sword and board stuff. We have a few free games here. Obviously, for your Epic Store, your 2 free games this week are The Stanley Parable and Watch Dogs. That is Watch Dogs number 1. But if you have not played a Watch Dogs game, I do recommend playing this. What was his name? Aiden? Was that his?
Aiden Pierce. Yeah.
Aiden Pierce. Yeah. Some people look at it and go, it's a GTA clone. No, it's actually a pretty good game. You definitely know you're playing an Ubisoft game when you play this, but it's a fun game. And it's got a decent story. He's just an angry individual who likes to hit people with a stick and shoot people in the face.
And hack things.
Yeah, with his phone.
I don't even know why he did all that, but he did it for some. He has a reason at the end of the game, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and then even his sister's like, stop doing what you're doing. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go
pray.
Fuck with people's lives, because that's what I do. I'm an
everything.
anarchist.
Yeah.
Well, they don't use things like anarchy and things, but that's what he was.
Yeah, whatever.
He was a bad individual. Go play as a bad individual in Watch Dogs. It's a lot of fun. I never did finish Watch Dogs 2. It's on my list. And for your free Steam game, we have some free Steam games. I know Sean Fuller posted another one, but I don't know what it was. So, but go over there now and claim your free Tomb Raider. That's the reboot.
Yeah, Tomb Raider. There's 2 different Tomb Raiders.
Yeah, Tomb Raider, which is the 2016 reboot. And also that comes with Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. So yeah, once you claim that, you get both games.
Wow.
I haven't played the Lara Croft Temple of Osiris. I know I have it on Xbox. It was free, but yeah, Tomb Raider is an amazing game. Always are. Very good. All right, that's it for your free games. Let's go ahead and go with, since we're doing episode pre-300, we're going to save those questions for next week. But we are going to do our video games question of the week. And that question is, if video games didn't exist anymore, what would you do? What would you do with your time? And so our first one comes from Eli Oliveris. And he said he would draw a lot more. Next one is from Bryce McDonald. Bryce McDonald says, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, I'd probably read more.
What a nerd. Who the fuck would read? Read
Yeah,
more?
Bryce. You know what? You need an Audible account. That's
Fuck
what you
reading.
need.
Reading's lame. All right.
Listen in the car. Listen on your bike or in your gaming chair. Just listen in your gaming chair. That's a good.
He wouldn't have a gaming
advice.
chair because video games wouldn't exist unless it was his board gaming chair.
That's what I meant.
Be a board gamer. Hey guys, this week I got the new Call of Duty board game, Warzone. 150 players can play at once. We land on the board. And something happens. I don't know, Gunny. No, keep going.
Right. So, here's my favorite comment, guys, because I know a true gamer when I see one. That is Matt Garinger. I forgot his gamer tag. But Matt says, invent video games. I love it.
How would you invent them?
You win the prize, Matt.
How would you invent them?
Yeah.
Who invented it? Who invented video games, Gunny?
I don't know.
Let's start with Tetris.
That's a good question.
Pong. Was Pong really the first video game, Gunny?
Yeah, I forgot the dude's name. But would he be the first?
Didn't Tetris was made by a Russian, wasn't it?
I believe so.
But I guess Pong is technically the first video game. It says here that Pong was made in October 1958 by a physicist, William Higginbottom.
The old Higginbottom. Isn't there a video game called Higginbottom? I believe it was an Xbox arcade game.
Oh, good old Higginbottoms. You know what I'm saying?
Old Higginbottoms.
Oh, Higginbottoms.
Plays his Pong.
We place this new thing called a video game. Oh, he's probably British. Oh, Higginbottoms.
Not like Sir Henley.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real. Like, Like, what kind of video game would you invent? I mean, can you think about that now? If right now video games didn't exist, but we still had the technology we do now, what would the first video game really be about? Would it be about life, or would it be about what would it be?
Yeah, it would be hard.
Would it be? You know what? The first game that came to my mind was Minecraft.
Do you think so? Something like Legos?
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, was Mahjong, whatever the fuck his name is, was he probably just like, was he just thinking of that question like 10 years ago or whatever, how long it's been? He's like, so if I was to invent a video game, it would be this.
I personally think he wanted his kids to shut the fuck up and leave him alone. And he was like, fucking A, go play with your Legos. And like, but we want infinite Legos. And he's like, motherfucker, I'm going to make infinite Legos for you sons of bitches.
See?
And I'm going to make infinite Legos for you on the fucking computer so I never have to buy you Legos again, you little fucks.
Right.
And then he made a bunch of blocks. He's like, right, start building shit on these fucking blocks. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then eventually it became a $2 billion business.
Crazy. Yeah.
I guess. I started out as something like that, like at a necessity, like somebody's bugging you about something and you just gotta do something. You're like, fuck, I guess I'll do it for you, whatever. And you do it.
Yeah, would it be like some sort of platformer?
Something. I think it would be like some kind of fucking job simulator or something.
Can you imagine if we just had mobile games and there were like
so
like you couldn't play console games at home, you had to play on your phone?
Oh, that'd be so
Which is
fucking
kind of what
lame.
we're kind of eventually going to get back to, right? With streaming.
Yeah, with streaming.
Eventually.
Yeah, the cloud bullshit. Buy a clip-on for your phone and your controller or whatever the fuck. Fuck you, Microsoft. Anyways.
Yeah, it's only $40 for the clip. All right, moving on, guys. We've got, let's see, who else? How do you say this name? Meche El Jefe? Meche El Jefe?
Meche El Jefe.
Said he would eat more meat. Yeah, that's what he said.
Meat. Okay.
Eat more meat.
Whoa, now.
Difference.
Whoa. Eat or be.
Oh, I forgot the B.
Oh, wow. Okay. Big difference there. That's two different
He knows
things.
HGP, baby. Shiloh Johnson over at Mom's Basement. I would invent video games. So you're too late, Shiloh.
Too late. The other guy already invented them.
Matt already got you. Alex Green says, stare into the distance, contemplating my existence. That and make pancakes.
That would be, yeah. Just sit there like... Dude, video games take so much of my time up that I don't know what the fuck I would do if I didn't... Like, I would probably be very productive, Gunny. I'd probably be like some fucking genius inventing some crazy life-saving...
You would have like a garage full of trinkets and doodads.
I'd invent the fucking cure for cancer or something if I didn't play so many fucking video games. You know what I mean?
Boy, don't sell yourself short. Really.
Like, fucking A, man. Like I don't know, man. You think about like how much time you spend on video games, Gunny. And if you really dedicated all that time and just cut out video games and dedicated that whole time block
into one
hobby that's not video games.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If you got into like
right now,
like hunting
like,
or fishing or something crazy, like you'd be like the best fisherman out there.
Yeah, I wonder if I would, because I have such a physical job, this is like the perfect hobby for me. So I thought, okay, would I don't know, like what?
Right, Gunny,
I'd do at home.
I'm flipping this question now. If you didn't have video games, what would be your hobby? Would you be like one of those, I come home and drink beer every day and watch football? America.
I kind of did that in my 20s. And so, okay, but here, check this out. So if I had like a proper house / garage work room, I'd probably work with like wood.
Oh, Gunny would
I would make shelves and
Gunny would be making rustic furniture for people.
There you go. Yes. I'd make rustic furniture.
Gunny's woodworking shop. Gunny the woodworker.
When I worked in the wood shop in high school, I enjoyed that. So that's what I would probably do.
Gunny, you'd be a good woodworker, Gunny. What about you, Mayo? What would you do?
Oh, man. I think it'd probably be probably a lot of outdoor stuff. Honestly, traveling, checking places out.
Mayo would be
things.
like one of those Instagrammer guys. Be on Instagram.
I'd be like one of those guys that go to different countries all the time.
Just take pictures
putting
and shit.
up.
Like, look at me, guys. I'm at the fucking Taj Mahal or whatever. Just look at me. I'm at the fucking pyramids of Giza over here. Woo! Look at me, guys. I'm in the fucking Amazon rainforest. Just fucking hiking out there.
The traveler.
Fucking Mayo.
I carry a little jar of mayonnaise with me, so every time I take a picture, I'm just gonna say it's my selfie. I'm just gonna take a picture of the jar of mayonnaise and sit in
Just
there.
call it. Would it be called Oscar? You put a little wig on it.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Take a picture of the
Mayo in the jungle.
Take
This is Mayo in the desert.
Yeah, take a picture of like the Mayo next to like the fucking the Eiffel Tower and shit. Like, look,
Right.
it's as big as the
Beside
Eiffel
it.
Tower. Doing that type of shit. There you go, guys.
All the people looking at me as I said a little jar of mayo beside the tower. We're gonna take a picture.
Shit. Oh man, that'd be funny, dude. There you go, Mayo. Find you a new hobby.
I actually did
Mayo.
that before. There was another podcast, a group I listened to a long time ago, and they had done they did T-shirts, and they wanted a picture of us in the T-shirt when we got them. Mm-hmm. And so when I got my T-shirt at the time, they wanted me to send a picture of me in it. So I just took a jar of mayo and I put it in the collar of the T-shirt, and I sat it on a chair, and I sent them that one. And they just thought that was hilarious that you know.
Fucking Mayo.
I knew you were a strange bird.
You fucking weird.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
You're fucking weird, man. You like mayonnaise
Hey,
too
dear-
much. God damn it.
No, it's
Aaron-
not. I'm not even a big fan of mayonnaise. It's just I don't mind mayonnaise.
You
but
would
it's
think
I
that
like
like
ketchup.
a unique
you would
bag.
think that Mayo would eat mayo on everything, like just slather that shit on everything.
And actually, the funny fact is, like, I don't really put much of anything on anything. I eat most of my stuff plain. Like, I don't do
Wow, so
ketchup
does
and
my
mustard
son.
much or mayo much or anything like that. Like, I don't do
That's
steak
bizarre.
sauce or anything like that.
weird.
Pretty much everything I eat, I don't put any toppings on.
That's crazy.
I mean, a burger, I will. I'll do like ketchup and mayo on a burger or something like that,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
What do you put on your hot dog?
yeah.
Ketchup and relish. That's it.
That's what?
Yeah, see, that's what I do.
What?
I know some people are like, you got to just put mustard and maybe some relish.
I'm a mustard guy. I put
I'll put both.
mustard.
I'll do
I put
ketchup and
mustard, relish, onions, tomatoes. Fucking. I'll put ketchup too. Why not? Put ketchup on there.
Is
put
that like
cheese.
Chicago style, or do they call it that, or something like that?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm not
I don't know
from
what
fucking.
Chicago style is.
I'm fucking from Chicago, Mayo. We're from West Coast over here.
Yeah, I'm from California. That's not how we do things here.
Yeah, we do it better over here on the West Coast. Damn it.
Hey, Darren Hilton, guys, he says that he would watch everything on Netflix, then start over again, or go shooting. He loves to go to the range.
Okay.
Sound like he's prepared.
Watch everything on Netflix. Everything on Netflix? There's some.
Not everything.
You're
a lot of everything.
you're gonna suffer through some shit if you watch everything on Netflix. Watch all.
I know
the
Darren is probably over there going, if I got to watch one more episode of Paw Patrol,
fucking Paw Patrol.
I'm going to blow a gasket.
Paw Patrol and shit, like Dora the Explorer and shit, just watching that shit over and over. Fuck this. No, Dora. Don't go that way, Dora. Go the other way. He's yelling, at the fucking screen, getting all into it.
So they're just angry tweeting. Fucking Dora.
Hashtag. Oh. What's our next answer?
Sean Meyer says, go on a quest for toilet paper.
Oh. The fucking elusive toilet paper. Just go find it somewhere.
I didn't say, what are you doing right now, Sean? I just said, if video games didn't exist. But to him, they're probably just like on hiatus. This guy, Sean Iams Fuller. He said he would draw, paint, make beats, rap, work out, cook food, watch more movies, more TV shows, and podcast more. He would be a busy
God
guy.
damn, Iams would just do everything. It sounds like he would just live life and not play video games.
To its fullest.
Just
Amen to that, Sean.
do everything.
Yeah.
I'm not a good drawer or a painter, so I would never do that. I would never make beats. That actually sounds pretty fun, actually. I don't know if I'll rap, though. Working out is lame. This is for fucking so lame. So
Don't work out.
No one needs to work out. It's 2020. It's coronavirus time. No one needs to work out, dude.
I think just standing at the cooking is you got to stand there to cook, but that's just work in itself. That's a workout.
That's a workout.
All the anticipation of the food you're getting ready to eat.
Right. You get burn off all those calories just running back and forth. Richard Jemison says board games, card games, mind games, Hunger Games, and all the games I could find. Anybody do board games here? No? Yes?
We do with the family at home here. I will with the kids occasionally.
Yeah, me no. We used to when my kid was younger. I was do a little Monopoly.
My kids are older. It's just kind of nice sitting down and playing a game together.
Yeah.
Then your kid realized that what a computer was, Gunny, and what video games were. It was like, fuck this board
I showed him
game
that,
shit.
and he was like, he loved the Lego games, and then Minecraft came out, and now he's into the whole Roblox thing. No, he's kind of moved on. He's been playing a lot of that Elite Dangerous. Jonathan D. Hall, the big D. Hall. The bowling master, that's what he would be, with triple turkeys all day or nonstop drug-idle party DJ. Video games keep me chilled and occupied at home. So do not take the video games away, people.
Oh, I could totally see Jonathan Hall fucking just
going off the deep end.
Going off the fucking deep end. That dude's like 1,000 miles an hour. I could not see him without like video games or something. You know what I mean? Doing something. That motherfucker would be going 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah, he would.
Could you imagine a drug-induced, greasy, long-haired Jonathan Hall bowling master screaming at the top of his lungs, throwing balls down the lane? Picture that. It makes me shiver. I think about it.
Fucking Jonathan. He called himself the Big D, put on the back of his fucking bowling shirt. I'm the Big D, motherfuckers.
You know what this stands for? Woo. Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Alyssa White. What's up? She says she would read, watch movies and TV shows, and get back into the YouTube and write more. I know that she said she put her YouTube channel on hiatus for now. Did she?
Where she reviewed books and movies and TV shows. So I do hope you get back into that, Alyssa. Get that back on. Moving on to Jason Sams. He said he would probably get back out on the boat more. It's just sitting around not being used. And only 2 years old. And that is the time of the year that the redfish bite is on fire. I wonder where Jason lives, that they have redfish.
I don't know what the fuck that even means, but okay. I know what boat. Right. I know what boat and 2 years old mean, but I don't know what the fuck redfish bite means.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think it just means it's just a good prime fishing time.
What the fuck is a redfish, Mayo? What's a redfish?
Is that out in Ohio?
No,
I haven't heard
redfish.
What the fuck's a redfish?
We have a lot of catfish in Ohio. I know that. That's about all I know.
Is a catfish or redfish? What's a redfish?
I don't know.
Someone explain to me what a redfish is.
I thought they were white whenever I eat them.
I know what a goldfish is.
Yeah.
Fishing for goldfish. I'm going to go fishing for goldfish, guys. I'll be back.
Just going down to the local outside mall pond.
All right.
Dirty Bite. Good old Chris. He said he rubbed one out KC. What does that mean? Rub one out KC.
Rub one out KC. What does that even mean?
Kansas City? Maybe he would barbecue more? Is this like a code word for he would barbecue?
I don't fucking know. I don't even want to know what the hell's going on right now. What the hell's happening?
I don't know. Let's move on to Harlan Meeks, this guy.
Okay.
He said he would hike and backpack more. Hey, we're Fitbit buddies, by the way. Me and Harlan. We are Fitbit friends. We were going for that challenge next week. Okay. So he would hike, backpack more as it is, and I only get to do it once a year or so. I've even got he said he even got to hit a little of the Appalachian Trail last year. I hear a lot about that Appalachian Trail. I read that. I listened in a book, Harlan. I was listening to the book as I was walking down my trail about the Appalachian Trail. I would love to try and hike the whole thing someday. It takes 6 months. It's over 2,000 miles long. Wow. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was an apocalyptic book that I was listening to. I will go ahead and forward that to you, Harlan. You're going to like it. It's about EMP blast in America, where the guy takes the Appalachian Trail.
Where does he take it to? To Canada?
I trying to think back of where it takes you, like through the Dakotas. I don't know.
No, Gunny, no. God damn it.
Is it starting Colorado? Is it out in North Carolina and then it goes somewhere?
Hold on.
It's been a while since I listened to that book.
I took a fucking class back in school that talked to me about all this bullshit. Where is the Appalachian Trail? You can't even Google this shit. What the fuck?
Google might be down.
Is Google dead?
They're working from home. They're a little slow.
All right, Gunny. So the Appalachian Trail crosses 14 states on its journey up the East Coast, but it begins or ends, depending on your direction, in Georgia. So there you go. And it ends in Mount Katahdin in Maine. Oh, fuck. I know there's one on the West Coast that's similar to this. I forget what it's called, but it goes down. But that one goes from I think it goes from Baja California to Canada almost. It goes all the way up the West Coast.
Is it the one with the bells that I always see on the freeway?
I'm not sure if it's the one with the. I know literally it goes from Baja California and you have to hike up the entire West Coast. And it goes all the way to Canada. I think to British Columbia or whatever the fuck.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck would do this for fun? That sounds crazy.
Well, if there were no video games, then that's what.
Okay. No video games. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. No video games. Woof.
We're in a no video game world. Let's see. Andrew D. He said he stopped building motorcycles in my garage to video games as my only hobby. It's cheaper, and the friends I have are now more supportive thanks to the community. I would probably try darts. The professional league is extremely entertaining to watch with all the intros in the crowd. My dad was heavily into darts. He loved to play darts. He had all kinds of trophies.
Darts has a professional league? You'd be a professional darter?
In England, it does.
Has intros and shit? Do they come out like wrestlers and can you smell what this man is throwing? And the fucking rock goes off and fireworks and the dude walks out into the bar ready to throw some darts at you.
Yeah, you get a dart in your freaking nose. I don't know. Your eyeball.
I want to watch some professional. I'm gonna YouTube after this some professional dart intros.
Crazy. Yeah, I never got into it. I played it a little bit when I was younger, but never my dad, who was in every freaking bar and tavern and competition, and we'd go to Tahoe and Vegas and. Yeah. Definitely a professional league to it. Michael Parlato says, making money, hand over fist, price gouging the morons. Probably with that hand sanitizer.
I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Ryan Gibson wants to know what these video games are you speak of. They sound entertaining. He wants to play them.
Sorry, Ryan. You don't belong in the club.
They don't exist,
Get the fuck out of here, Ryan.
They do not exist. Marcos Vega, he says sleep.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
That's overrated.
Yeah. Evan Tanaka says whack it. Whack-a-mole, maybe?
Of course. I don't know.
Is that what he's talking about, that game, Whack-a-mole?
I think he's talking about I think there was this move. So he's playing that bop it game. It's bop it, turn it, twist it, squeeze it, whatever. And I think when he was gonna type this, it said whack it. So he typed it real quick, and he's like, whack it. Can you remember that fucking game. It was a stupid game back in the day. They probably still have versions of that shit out.
All right.
What game was this?
The Bop It, dude. Look it up. Bop It.
Oh, I know I've seen the
You
name.
remember
Squeeze
the
it.
Bop It. Yeah, the Bop It, pull it, turn it, or fuck, squeeze it.
Yank
Or,
it.
You know what it reminded me of? And it has nothing to do with that game, but remember Parappa the Rapper on the PlayStation?
Yeah. Vaguely.
Where you had to do little things and say stuff like that.
Oh, man.
Hey, over on Discord, Sammy Brand Muffins said he would do Sleight of the Hand magic. So probably more of that.
Yeah, he does a lot of magic stuff, I know.
Who does?
Sammy Brand Muffins. That's the guy who
That
lives here
motherfucker
local.
does magic and he didn't tell us?
Yeah, he does a lot of magic.
What the
tricks,
fuck?
guess.
I would have had him
He's
do
been-
magic tricks instead of doing a whole podcast with us.
Well, there you go.
I would've
Next time
just
we'll have
watched
one.
him.
Do magic
I would have been like,
tricks.
yeah, dude, we're going to do this podcast thing. Just talk about your magic tricks. We like to talk about magic on this podcast. Need you to go ahead and show
But we
me
need to
some
go
tricks.
live. We need to go do some Facebook Live.
He
with
needs,
that.
okay, tell him to go on Facebook Live or go on Discord Live. All right, we're going to have a magic show on our Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Go join our Discord. We're going to get Sammy Brand Muffins in there to get some fucking magic
Do a
show.
live video. I'll
I
record.
like the Sleight of the Hand magic
So do something
cards.
like, Jesus, what card am I holding? Pay attention to this card. And then does some crazy shit. And boom. Mind blown. Mind blown, Gunny. He'll light the...
We need some good energy.
He lights the ace on fire and it
Times
turns...
like this.
He lights the ace on fire and it turns into a queen. Oh my, how did he do it, Gunny? How the fuck did he
I feel
do
like
it?
we're seeing less and less magic. What's going on?
We need more
we need
magic.
better entertainment.
Life
Tired of
was
watching The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
life
crap.
was so much better when magic was around. When Harry Potter was around back in the day when I was a kid, magic was so much better. Like life was better. Life was better. You know, back when we had Harry Potter was the shit. You know, like there was no coronavirus back then. There wasn't.
No, even when there was H1N, SARS, flu, bird, whatever. crap,
Magic
at least
healed
we were
everything.
able to. That's one thing. Like you don't see people going into like these hospitals and just making people happy.
Yeah.
They do with pets and things like that. But hey, remember we had clowns? We had clowns and we had magicians.
Clowns were cool until they started appearing in like the neighborhoods and scaring the shit out of people a few years ago.
That kind of fucked up the whole clown thing.
I mean, they were cool before that. And then that fucking It movie came out and then everyone started appearing in neighborhoods, remember? People
Was
were
that The Purge?
Yeah, people were being chased by clowns or whatever, you know, in the
Yeah.
streets. No, that was happening in real life. Remember, like people were like walking down the parking lot and you see a clown standing in like your Safeway parking lot with the fucking balloon.
And there were like, oh, we sighted one in Bakersfield, California,
Yeah.
like in the middle of fucking nowhere, pretty
Yeah.
much is where that's at.
Yeah, like the
It's like,
middle of
okay,
nowhere.
they didn't find the person. They never reported that. They just said, yeah, this clown was standing out there because he got out of the bar. It was 2 a.m. staring at him.
Oh.
Cold stare.
Cold still.
Didn't say anything. Didn't move.
What the fuck would you do, Gunny, if you were walking out to your car tomorrow morning and you saw a fucking clown standing there?
Piss myself.
That would be fucking creepy, right? Like,
I've seen Joker 3 times. So yeah, it would scare the snot out of me.
yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I want to say my mom was having the clowns, but my brother had a fear of them.
Really?
So yeah.
Crazy.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's maybe it's true. Yeah, but my mom liked clowns. Moving on to Mandalorian, he says he would invent video games and become a billionaire.
But how? What video game? How?
Which one? Mandalorian? You got to let us know.
Yeah.
Normie 477 said she would start making board games along the lines of D&D or invest in LARPing.
And Gunny, what is LARPing?
Oh, because I had to ask the boomer over here, millennial.
Boomer. I'm fucking
Like, what the
millennial.
world
son.
is LARPing?
Yeah.
So LARPing is when you dress up, apparently.
Yep.
Not like cosplay, but more like
No,
I guess
a
when you go to
lot.
the
It's a
ball.
lot like it's like cosplay, but like really hardcore. Like you're like you have to be the character. Like you have to like once you dress up as that person, you are that person, motherfucker.
I've
You
seen
know?
it in movies. Yeah.
Yeah, think like Monty Python or something. Just That's what LARPing is. That's
I always
LARPing.
think, whenever I think LARPing, I always think British movies. They do that, where they will do the character. I've seen them do it in high school.
Yeah. Like you dress up and like you're role playing as that person, or like a lot of times, a lot of LARPing that I've seen is like whatchamacallit, fucking like old school, like medieval time LARPing bullshit. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good one, Normie. Commander Nips, Epic Irk, says the same thing as Normie said.
Okay.
He's going with that. Jedi of Light says Dungeons and Dragons for his RPG gaming, Warhammer for my strategy gaming, and Paintball for my FPS gaming. Ooh. Jedi's got it covered.
Yeah, he knows what's
He doesn't
up.
need video games.
Exactly. He got his fucking board
He's got his
games and
D&D.
shit.
He's got his Warhammer, Paintball. Shit, he's covered. What about, do you need a race car, Jedi? For your racing games? Not his genre. Mojo Red. He said he'd devote more time to EDM music.
Nice.
More music, folks. And Ghost Nico says probably read a lot more. Ghost, come on. Get an Audible. Listen. No reading. Don't you learn more when you're listening? No.
No.
That's
Anyways,
not what I felt a kid.
for next week, ladies and gentlemen, the Big 300, we want you to leave your questions for us like you used to back in the day. So leave your questions, all the questions, over on our Facebook page. There's a post that is marked as an announcement under the announcements thing, and you can leave your comments in there for the question of the week. And or if you cannot reach us there, you can always message us on Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter, and or message our Facebook page. Or if you don't have Facebook at all, you just hate it, you can reach us at Discord. There's always a Discord link in our show notes, and so message us there. Anyways, Big 300 next week. This was the pre-300 show, and I am, of course, Jesus Walkslot. Find me on everything at Jesus Walkslot. And where can we find you, Gunny?
Find me over on that Xbox Live Steam over at the Gunny Chief. Give or tag Gunny Chief. Where do we find you, Mayo?
Oh yeah, big news actually. I was in there playing around on my Steam today, and I changed my gamer tag on Steam. And I got rid of the one. They let me do it, and it's just the Space Mayo now on Steam. So
Wow.
I'm gonna be hard to find now. People are gonna be confused.
Now we need that picture of you and jar of Mayo in outer space.
Yeah, there you go.
Since you're
But,
Mayo space.
You can find me on Discord as the Mayo, and you can find me on Steam as the Mayo, and Xbox as the Mayo. So pretty much everywhere, either the Mayo or the Mayo one.
Alrighty.
What does
Yeah.
people say, Jesus?
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're out of here. Have a good night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay away from people.
Shelter in place.
Shelter in place. Whatever the fuck you gotta do. Bye. We love you. Goodbye.
Hey.
Probably very clever, but I don't seem to understand.